Let's get nasty in the fast lane. It's a fast lane. It's a fast lane. Let's get nasty on a Monday. It's a fast lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter. Not a great way to start off the show here, Marsh.
It's okay.
A lot of sports to discuss. A lot of great things here in St. Louis, though. How about the Cardinals over the weekend?
Yeah.
So they lose them. They lose yesterday, but look, 2 of 3 they take from the Rays. And Marsh, one of the things that we have discussed with the Cardinals in the rebuild is just be competitive, even if you're not going to be a contender.
And exciting.
Exciting. Energized. Mm-hmm. Give us something entertaining. Give us something to watch.
Yes.
And it's just one series of 160, 3 games out of 162. So there's your qualifier. If you're that person that's always like, hey, it's only 3 games, or it's only one series, it's only one game, it's only 1 week, it's only 1 month. Understand that's your qualifier. But moving forward here, you got a snapshot of what the Cardinals could look like if they play this sort of baseball. Wasn't all good, and we'll certainly get into that. But even in a loss yesterday, you had a lot of positive aspects, namely Jordan Walker.
Yeah.
Who had a rough spring. And we all had concern. Not all. Most of us had concerns going into the season. Are we going to see the same Jordan Walker that we have seen over the last couple of years? The one that is constantly going outside of the zone while chasing pitches, which to me has always been an indication that as a young player, he doesn't yet know how the pitcher is trying to attack him.
Right.
And as soon as he gets into pitcher's counts, he falls victim to any sort of slider or breaking pitch that goes outside the zone. But yesterday was what we think is the best version of what Jordan Walker can be. Mm-hmm. Not just the power, but just the raw hitting ability. And he looked confident. So even in a loss yesterday, you could point to one big positive.
Yeah, I was very impressed with, going back to the Saturday game, the 10th inning where he ends up drawing the walk. I was really impressed with his plate discipline there. Not that Griffin Jacks could hit the strike zone. Tough weekend for him, by the way. First 2 games, you're plastered with an L. But I was really impressed with Jordan Walker. And then in a game where you were down, I believe it was 6-1 at the time, and Jordan Walker steps up and that thing jumped right off his bat.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun to watch, and he got the team back in the game. And I know yesterday the pitching wasn't all that great, and honestly, the bullpen all series long was atrocious, and we will talk about that. But Jordan Walker to get the team back in the game, and it goes beyond just Jordan Walker. I think this team and their ability to keep things close has been very positive. I'm actually really impressed with the way that the offense has stepped up in the first 3 games.
Yeah.
Very impressed. I think from a situational standpoint, I think that's something that as the weekend went along, I was thinking about this. I want this team to be set up in certain situations throughout the season.
What do you mean by that?
Like just to test the team. What does it look like? Opening day, they're put in a situation where they're down big, and in 1 inning, they erase that deficit. They end up winning that game. On Saturday, Michael McGreevy, outstanding start. The team tacks on extra runs late in that ball game to make it 4-0. Bullpen comes in.
Fortunately, they did. Yeah.
They blow the game. But at that point, the Cardinals could have given up. And we saw it last year. They had a tough time winning in extra innings. Mm-hmm. So what do? They give up the 5th run in the top of the 10th inning. They come back. They win the game in the bottom half of that. That's a situation right there where they are being tested. And I thought yesterday as well, in a losing effort, they still managed to keep compiling runs, get back in the game. At one point, it was 6-4, and then the bullpen, gave up more runs. But then they started tacking on more runs. Some home runs were involved yesterday, 3 to be exact, which is something that is very impressive to see early on in the year, especially from Walker and Gorman.
Yeah.
So from a situational standpoint, I think they have, the offense at least, has knocked it out of the park, so to say.
Oh, look at you with the pun early on in the show. I like that. Carey had mentioned this I think on Friday, and maybe even a little bit on Thursday too, on opening day when they came back, you as an offense, sure you want to have an identity, but I think more importantly in baseball, you want to kind of have a semblance of everything within your offense. Power, speed, guys that can get on base. You want to have that littered throughout your lineup. That's the ideal situation. So ideally, you want your toolbox to have a bunch of different things that you can win you games over the course of a 162 game season. In reality, you may have some of that stuff, but it might be on your bench one day. You're trying to mix and match and play the matchup game and all that. But what they did on opening day, having the speed, showcasing just a little bit of power. We wondered where the pop would come from. Mm-hmm. Well, throughout the series, J.J. Weatherholt hit a home run. You had Nolan Gorman hitting that late home run yesterday. You had Jordan Walker come up with a huge home run. Alec Burleson's bomb was one of the many highlights on opening day. So you have the pop. Victor Scott and his ability to cause some chaos. We saw it again yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't hit the ball cleanly, and everybody watching is like, he's going to get on first base with that speed. Mm-hmm. So you do have elements throughout the course of this lineup to say, all right, you can win games in a multitude of fashions. Now, can they do that consistently? We don't know.
Yeah, that is the question, right? Like, the Rays, was it a good series when? Yes, but now the test comes tonight. You're playing a good Mets team. Can you keep that rolling, right? You're probably going to face better pitching. Can you continue to put together good at-bats? Mm-hmm. Can you put bat on ball in certain situations? Can you keep the line going as we saw this past weekend? That is something that we shall see maybe tonight. Who knows? And we get to see Kyle Leahy pitch as well. So
I'm really excited for that.
I am too. And you know what? I was shocked. Very shocked at how Dustin May pitched yesterday.
Yeah, I was too. He was in and around the strike zone a lot, which is fine, but you could tell that the Rays had a good beat on him. And that's an underrated lineup. I think that the guys were talking about it yesterday on the Cardinals TV network. They were discussing how the Rays lineup, especially Yandy Diaz, who was just a mon. I mean, they almost literally could not get him out.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 5 for 6 with 4 RBIs. The way that he sprayed the ball over the field, too. The one time, I don't know who was pitching. I don't think it was Dustin May. I think he was pulled at that point. But whoever the reliever was.
Right after Dustin May?
Yeah, it was a situation where they could have walked him, but they decided to pitch to him, and whoever the reliever was for the Cardinals, it might have been.
Was it Brule?
Yeah, no.
So Brule came in, Soriano was there as well, Matt Pushard was in.
I think it was Pushard.
Roycroft pitched as well.
Who threw a breaking ball out of the zone that Yandy Diaz dropped the barrel on and put it into right field. They just couldn't get him out. Bottom line is, I thought Dustin May was in and around the strike zone a lot yesterday, and that's one of those days where whatever it wasn't fooling the Rays.
Yeah.
His stuff wasn't. I don't know if it was a location thing or a command thing, but the Rays just simply weren't fooled. But ultimately, I was okay in the first couple of innings. I'm like, he's not pitching great, but I think he might have one of those Matthew Liberatore starts like we saw on Thursday. Well, he'll kind of work in and out of, and then all of a sudden it was like the floodgates opened up.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he would be the lock of the weekend if the Cardinals were going to pick up a win in these 3 games. I thought Sunday would be that game.
Sure.
Because of his start, and it just wasn't the case. Maybe this is the reason why he's the third starter. Not saying that one game is the reason why you put a certain player in a certain spot. But
if you are going to go those three pitchers over the weekend, you see why.
I thought Liberatore did his job. Michael McGreevy was fantastic. Dude threw a no-hitter through 6 innings of pitching.
That was great to see.
Unfortunately, his pitch count was a little too high to throw him back out there. I know there's some fans that probably wanted to see it, but it made sense to pull him at that point. It stinks that he did not get the win due to the bullpen's best efforts.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the Cardinals come away with 2 out of 3, which is, I think, a good start to the season.
I do, too.
And it's not like the offense went away yesterday. The offense was very, very relevant, and if you score 7 runs in any ball game outside of maybe yesterday, perhaps you win that game. Yeah, 7 should be enough to win.
You score 7 consistently, I think they're going to be just fine. John Scores brought up a great point in the snake pit. He said 2-out walk cost May. He's absolutely right. He had a 2-out walk that kept the inning alive, and the Rays jumped him for 3 runs on that. John Scores also mentioned, and so did Jeremy, that he was tipping pitches, and with the way that the Rays had a beat on him, I think the snake pit's absolutely right. Our snake pit is active, ready to go. If you want to participate in the show, you can. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. If you aren't in that YouTube chat, feel free to chime in throughout the course of the show. Man, a lot to get to today. We got a lot on the Cardinals. We're going to get to the Blues, of course, as well. Final Four is set. How about the games over the weekend? Especially the last one. You're a Duke fan. You're not feeling great today. Jeremy Rutherford will join us at 3:15. Talk at some point about the Battlehawks also picking up a win in Week 1. So it was a great weekend, I thought, for sports here in St. Louis. It was also a great weekend overall from a weather standpoint. So I hope everybody's enjoying a Monday here in St. Louis. We got some rain coming throughout the week, Marsh. So everybody enjoy today's weather. Lineup game. First opportunity for us to play the lineup game. First opportunity to see what Marsh has been cooking up when it comes to his sounders for each player. Lineup game ahead of the Cardinals-Mets matchup next on 101 ESPN. time in 2026, we are going to play the lineup game. Cardinals and Mets tonight. After the Cardinals took 2 of 3 against the Tampa Bay Rays, dropping the series finale yesterday, they will open up a new series against the Mets at Busch Stadium. It'll be Clay Holmes, the right-hander for the Mets, against Kyle Leahy, a right-hander for the Cardinals. And I don't know about you, before we're diving into the lineup game here, Marsh, you kind of mentioned it before. I'm very intrigued, damn near excited, I'll say, to watch Kyle Leahy make his starting debut for the Cardinals, at least in the rotation as a part of it and all that.
Yeah, me too. I'm very excited to watch what he can do. Very excited to see how this offense does against the Mets. The one thing that I'm not excited about is the bullpen. So it makes me wonder, how long do these starters, Kyle Leahy tonight, how long do they have to go? How long do they have to be in the game to limit the amount of pitchers in the bullpen that we see? Because that bullpen has not been fun to watch. That's the only part of this entire team that has not been fun to watch so far.
No, completely agree. I think anybody that saw even portions of this series against Tampa Bay would agree with that. The tough part too, Marsh, is that if you're Ollie Marmol and you're his and the staff, and this really extends to the front office as well, you just went through an entire spring training watching these guys, not only in spring training games, but also on the backfields and all that. And this is the bullpen that you decided to go with. And the results have been horrific through 3 games. So what's the point where you say we have to make a change? Fans and media are always going to be quick on this.
Yeah.
Like, we're all ready to say, all right, who else you got in the minor leagues? These guys can't get it done. But if you're a coaching staff, there is a period of time that you have to give these guys to show that they aren't the right pieces. So that's going to be a challenge for Ollie moving forward. All right, without further ado, let's play this lineup game, shall we?
Yes, so on the mound today, Anthony, Clay Holmes, a right-handed pitcher.
All right. No reason to shake this up. I'm gonna go with show me JJ Weatherholt.
What's the best kind of firework to buy?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
What's that from?
It's from a newscast where this guy comes up and asks this kid. I mean, you heard it. Best type of firework, and I don't know if it was a real thing or if it was like fake, but I guess it was a weatherman. He ended up asking. We had someone on the Snake Pit ask for that one, so I decided to.
So you took some suggestions.
I did, yeah.
And you obliged.
I did.
I like it. All right, again, no reason to shake it up. Show me Ivan Herrera.
What's your favorite position?
Designated hitter.
That's cool with me. It's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you.
Oh, I love that one. So that of course is Tenacious D.
Yes.
For any Tenacious D fans, that is fantastic. All right, this has been Burleson. I'm not going to rock the boat. Show me Alec Burleson.
He's not some magic star.
What? You're insane. He's a huge star at this specific sliver of time.
And of course, as an inside joke of the shows, Marshy saying that Alec Burleson is absolutely a star, and the rest of the show arguing with him.
Yes.
All right, Mason, show me Mason Wynn.
Shortstop, that's right. Now and forever and ever, shortstop.
We aren't in the top 10.
Wait.
This is bull.
He's the best in the business.
Best arm in baseball.
All right, so remind me, yesterday 5 was, it wasn't Gorman, because Gorman's home run was a pinch hit, was it not?
Gorman was in for Urias.
Who started?
Okay. Yes.
All right. I imagine, home run or not, this is Nolan Gorman again. So show me Nolan Gorman.
We need 38 home runs, 120 RBIs.
I'm ready to go in, Coach. Just give me a chance. I know there's a lot riding on it, but it's all psychological.
It's awesome. Moneyball and Ace Ventura. Love it. All right. Why don't you show me the offensive player yesterday, at least of the day for the Cardinals. Show me Jordan Walker.
That one touched the ground.
Yeah. What's going on there?
I'm just fixing something that's been bugging me.
Wait a minute. What have we here?
All right, this isn't Pajes opening day, was it? Or was it? Or was this church? I'm going to go with Nathan. Show me Nathan Church.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones.
Love it. Bull Durham. All right, show me Pedro Pajes.
Now, you see what I did there, kids? I didn't even try to go for that ball. Most coaches will tell you, drop down, try to block the ball, but that's dumb. This position is called catcher. It ain't called drop and block the ball like a
Man, we had a few of those yesterday, did we not?
We certainly did. The catching position thus far, Pedro Pajes has only been masked because of the stank of the bullpen.
Yeah, he did throw a guy out. There was the strikeout, throw him out, which came at a huge time on Saturday. So I'll give him credit for that. But there have been a few pass balls so far, and it's been annoying, Anthony.
It certainly has. The one yesterday really ticked me off. The one where he kind of tried to play off the side.
Yeah.
As opposed to getting over and blocking it with his chest protector. All right, let's wrap this up. Show me Victor Scott.
Feels good going fast.
I guess I was going about 65 tops.
7 miles per hour. And normally when I pull somebody over, they pull off to the side. All right, Marsh, run it. Perfect lineup.
All right, leading off, second baseman J.J. Weatherholt. Batting second, your DH, Ivan Herrera. Batting third, first baseman Alec Burleson. Your cleanup hitter, shortstop Mason Wynn. Batting fifth, third baseman Nolan Gorman. Batting sixth in right field, Jordan Walker. Batting seventh in left field, Nathan Church. Batting eighth in catching is Pedro Pajes. And batting ninth in center field, Victor Scott II.
Back. Stay fair! Stay fair!
Go foul!
I don't believe what I just saw.
Home run.
All right, Marsh, I believe you're the only one with points.
Yes, I have 3 thanks to J.J. Weatherholt.
There you go. So you're the leader of the clubhouse. Let it rip.
All right, I think tonight Ivan Herrera touches seats. I'm going to go with Ivan Herrera.
I like that. Do I go next? No, it's probably Carey, right?
Well, you guys all have 0, so it doesn't really matter.
Going back to last year's.
Oh, that's true.
I play the game with honor.
That's fair.
All right, so Carey. Why don't we give Carey? Carey is always a big fan of Jordan Walker. And Walker homered yesterday. So why don't we go with Jordan Walker? And then, would it be me or Jamie?
Jamie went before you.
All right, so Jamie.
On opening day.
Do we want to give Jamie Gorman?
He likes Gorman and Burleson. He likes those two.
All right, well, I picked Walker for Carey, so who would you like to go with for Jamie?
Why don't we give him Nolan Gorman?
All right, and I will take the St. Louis superstar, Alec Burleson.
Nice.
All right, so there you have it. Here's your lineup game. There is Home Run Derby. Marsh took Ivan Herrera, Carey with Jordan Walker. I have Alec Burleson, and Jamie with Nolan Gorman. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. The Cardinals weren't the only team to do some good things over the weekend. The Blues had a very rude greeting for their Stanley Cup winning former head coach over the weekend as they annihilated Toronto. We'll get into that next on 101 ESPN. So I'm 44 today, and one of the things that I wanted to do as I got older was obviously take care of myself. And it's a little tough when you got kids and things like that to kind of put some of your priorities in front of the family. But one thing I wanted to do is take care of myself, and I wasn't feeling great, which is why I went to Mentality, because after talking to some friends about it, I realize that as we get older, gentlemen, testosterone begins to dip, and Mentality is a clinic that can help free testosterone. They do it in a way that makes sense to you when they first explain what's going on. They'll take your blood work. First, they'll sit down with you, say, talk to us about how you're feeling. For me, I was tired when I didn't think I should be tired. I was kind of running low, especially on weekends. I've had a lot going on. Certainly from a gym standpoint, even if I did get into the gym, it was like I was going through the motions. I didn't feel like myself. So I sat down with the people at Mentality. They're board-certified physicians. They took my blood work, and they said, here, this is what's going on. Your testosterone levels have dipped. We can work on that. And once you join the program, your testosterone level starts to pick up. And, boy, it wasn't long before I was adding stuff to do at the end of a Saturday or Sunday, because that's how much energy I had. I was getting to the gym consistently. My mood stabilized. I wasn't barking at everybody like I was before because, everything was just, I didn't feel great. Mentality can help you as well. If you're getting older, whether you're in your 40s like I am, even your late 30s, your 50s, your 60s, Mentality can help. This is a new year. If you feel like you haven't been yourself in a while, head down to Mentality, 2 different locations, one in South County, one in Chesterfield. And right now, all new patients will be covered in your treatment plan. Savings of $250 right out the gate. You can check them out at lowtusa.com or visit them in person. Tell them Carey and Anthony Sanchez, Mentality.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals take 2 of 3 against the Rays to start off the 2026 campaign. They'll go up against the Mets tonight, 6:45 first pitch with Kyle Leahy on the mound. He'll face off against Clay Holmes. We'll talk with Jeremy Rutherford, our Blues insider, with The Athletic at 3:15 as the Blues get set to square off against the San Jose Sharks tonight. You can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 8 o'clock. Puck drop is at 9. And speaking of the Blues, can the Blues actually make the playoffs? We're going to dive into the scenario and what we've seen from this team since the Olympic break. That's coming up next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Why it took this long, or why we're doing it well now. We didn't do it well in October and November. Sometimes it's just the attitude. I think we started this year thinking we were going to be good, and when it didn't happen, we stopped working. Like all of us, and I include myself and everybody in it. We got frustrated instead of finding solutions. We're finding solutions now.
So was Jim Montgomery before the Sharks game last Thursday. That was after his post game. And the Blues, of course, take on the Sharks tonight. Pre-game, 8 o'clock, puck drop at 9. You can listen to all the coverage here on 101 ESPN. But again, his comments came post-game against the Sharks on Thursday night. The Blues, of course, then went out and whipped Toronto 5-1 on Saturday. And in Marsh, as much as it's frustrating to hear Monty talk about how, and I know what he meant, I know what he means. It is frustrating to hear him say that he thought that everybody stopped working. Now he went, by what he meant by that was, we thought we were going to be good. Mm-hmm. We thought we were going to be good out of the gates, and instead of falling back on let's get back to work, everybody just became frustrated. I understand it's going to happen, and I don't know what you do about it if you're Monty. Because for him, he's probably frustrated too. And he's juggling things. He's mixing up the lines and trying to figure out what's going to work. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, unless the team has the right attitude, the players have the right attitude, it's not going to matter how much he does. I don't know why they're playing better now. Much like you, and I'm sure everybody else listening, you wanted to see this Blues team click right away. Yeah. Because we all thought, at the very least, you could get to the second round, if not further, because of what we saw from the end of the Four Nations tournament last year to what we saw in the Winnipeg game. It didn't work out that way. But now, my God, they're on fire.
Well, this is deja vu. Yeah. Literally the same thing is happening post Four Nations.
We got fooled again.
Hopefully we don't get fooled again. Hopefully they make the playoffs. They're only 4 points out of a playoff spot. They got 2 games in hand on the Nashville Predators. The Kings are ahead of them. They'll take on the Kings not tonight, but on Wednesday. You have a chance here. Like, there is a chance that this team, I don't know how.
I know.
But they're doing it again. They're playing their best hockey, and for whatever reason, it's happening again post whatever break. Four Nations, Olympic break, it's all happening again. They're playing their best hockey, and I think what is different about this time around is that the young players are a huge reason as to why you are doing that. Last year, there's more veterans on the team, but you shipped out 2 veterans at the trade deadline, and Justin Falk and Braden Shen.
Right.
And I think all of us at that point were like, all right, let's pack it up, wave the white flag. Mm-hmm. This team's going to pick in the top 5. Now, they still could. You know, they could lose every single game the rest of the way.
You bite your tongue.
Well, I will bite my tongue because the way that they're playing right now, and they're 11-2-2 in their last 15 games, they are playing some of the best hockey that we've seen all season long. And it's coming at the right time, depending on which camp you're in.
Well, I think even if you were on, and you were team organic tank there for a while.
Well, I was, because the team that I was watching wasn't good. They weren't fun to watch.
I don't blame you at all.
They weren't a good team.
Yeah.
And I thought that the way that they were playing, even with the players that they had, they didn't really need to just tank. Mm-hmm. They were just playing so bad. That's why I called it an organic tank, because they weren't playing good.
Right.
And I felt like, well, I'm not seeing anything here to show me why they could play better. But then the Olympic break happens. And what do you know? They're like the best team in the NHL once again. And this brand of hockey is super fun to watch. So that's why I choose to be in the camp now of make the playoffs, man. Like, give the Colorado Avalanche a little bit of a run for their money. Who knows? Because the way that they're playing now, that team could surprise people. It could.
Wouldn't it be something this team rallies and they do make the playoffs? I'm not saying I'm not selling hopium right now.
Right.
I'm just bear with me here for a second. They do make the playoffs, which is what we expected them to do. So they do live up to the expectations, and then they pull off a stunning first round victory.
It'd be incredible.
So after all that, like you come back to what the expectations were at the start, and they actually fulfill them. We're a long ways away, but
for sure that we still have 10 games left.
They've got a lot of work to do because of the hole that they dug themselves through most of the season, quite frankly. But as Marsh just indicated, they are 10-1-2 in their last 13 games. Fourth straight win, go for five straight tonight when they're in San Jose. 31-30-11 overall, so they're over 500. We're not talking about a fluky stretch. The other aspect, too, if you want to become more detailed with it, Monty said it best, I thought, when he said we're connected in all three zones. And I think about that from, and Jamie, when he comes back here, Jamie can talk about what it's like to be connected in all three zones. And Marsh, you can as well, because you played hockey. Mm-hmm. But I think about this from a football standpoint. When you are playing in all three facets of the game, if you're connected in all three facets of the game, your special teams complement your defense complements the offense, and vice versa. You are playing a complete game. You're not having to overcome for a bad defense with an explosive offense, because at that point you're playing on borrowed time. Or your special teams are constantly putting your defense in a bad spot because they can't cover kicks or punts. So with the Blues, playing connected in all three zones, you have cleaner breakouts, stronger neutral play, minimum turnovers. I mean, how many turnovers are we seeing now compared to what we saw before the Olympic break?
Right. Well, I think the big thing, though, the reason why this team is in the position that they are in is because of the goaltending, which is something that we did not get at the beginning of the season, and we also didn't get the good bounces. Mm-hmm. How many times do we talk about that shot's going wide and it hits off someone's shin pad and goes in the back of the net?
Right.
It feels as if now the Blues are getting those breaks. They're creating their own luck. And that's just hockey, right? That's any sport. You create your own luck, and those bounces will come. And when the game is over, the opposing team will be like, well, man, if only this didn't happen. And I felt like that's what we were saying for a majority of this season. But this is exciting hockey. And for those that want the team to pick in the top five, like the 618 does, and he says that I'll be happy when the Blues lose to the Colorado Avalanche in the first round. I just want to watch exciting hockey. That's all I want. It's the same conversation with the Cardinals. If they're going to lose, like, at least make it exciting. And right now, I think the Blues are playing an exciting brand of hockey. The thing with that is they're playing really good hockey, and so they're winning games and they're climbing back up into the standings.
If they continue to lose, I'm with the line of thinking of you might as well just get the damn pick, the high pick.
For sure.
But they've turned things around.
Yes.
The worst thing you can be is you're stuck in the middle where you don't really accomplish anything. So I'm with you in that. Continue to play this way, because even if they don't make the playoffs, which would be highly disappointing.
Yes.
Even if they don't make the playoffs, you at least, I'll knock on wood, make sure that you have something moving forward. Now, we also thought that at the end of last season too, so I don't want to lose sight of that.
What we did not have, though, in last year's lineup was Otto Stenberg, Dalibor Dvorsky.
Yep.
You didn't have Theo Lindstein.
Another year
of
Jimmy Snuggerud.
Logan Mayu. Dylan Holloway was injured. Jimmy Snuggerud just got inserted into the lineup after playing at Minnesota for college. That is what you did not have in last year's lineup.
Yeah.
This year it's different. You have younger players that are driving this team, which is super important for the future.
Mm-hmm.
If this team was losing right now and they were losing badly, well, then this team gets used to losing.
Yep.
But that's not the case right now. So
it's fun to watch.
It is fun to watch.
One more thing I want to know, depth scoring has been showing up everywhere. I mean, 5 different goal scorers. You got Dylan Holloway, goal and assist. Justin Hull, revenge goal versus the former team.
Right.
Jimmy Snuggerud, Pew Suter had the shorthanded goal, and then Philip Broberg with the power play goal. I mean, you talk about depth scoring. That's right there on Saturday against Toronto. You had 5 different scores, and you scored in a multitude of ways.
Yeah, and with that game, too, 2-1 game, Blues were winning 2-0, and then 2-1, and then boom, just like that, on the penalty kill, you get a shorthanded goal, and then the Blues didn't look back from there.
Right.
That could have been a situation where the Leafs score, then they cut the lead down to 1. We know that a 2-goal lead is the hardest to keep in hockey.
Mm-hmm.
And the Blues could have shut down, and the Leafs could have came back and won that game. That just wasn't the case. I think a couple of months ago, perhaps that is a game the Blues end up losing.
Yeah, I think
but not
you're right.
this time around.
But not tonight. You got Sharks and Blues tonight. Pregame at 8, puck drop at 9. You can listen to the pregame right here on 101 ESPN. Puck drop on the Blues Radio Network at 9 o'clock. But again, you can listen to all the coverage on your home of the Blues, 101 ESPN. Final Four is set. We got to talk about the Elite 8 games. Dive into what we saw last night, which was absolutely stunning and heartbreaking if you're a Duke fan. Final Four talk next on 101 ESPN. One of the many benefits of working with a design build firm like Mosby Building Arts is not having to coordinate multiple contractors. If you've ever done a remodel before and you wanted to save a bunch of money, or you thought you were going to save a bunch of money, you may have gone the route of, okay, I'll find the most cost-effective, if you're redoing a kitchen, most cost-effective cabinet person, most cost-effective flooring person, most cost-effective plumber, whatever it may be. And all of a sudden your project's delayed. You're working with multiple. You're basically the project coordinator. But if you work with Mosby Building Arts, they can handle everything for you. Here's a 5-star review that was left for Mosby after they completed one job out in, I believe this was Des Peres. All the carpenters, project managers, and designers were excellent to work with. Very polite, respectful of the property. We anticipated that it was all in one from design, or we appreciated that it was all in one from design to completion, and that we didn't have to general manage the project ourselves. Think about all the time that you have to dedicate toward things that you can also have going around your home, or maybe you got kids and you got youth sports going on, things like that. You don't have to project manage your remodel because you went with Mosby. It's one of the many reasons and one of the many benefits to go with Mosby Building Arts. Visit callmosby.com to discover Mosby's 5-star full-service offerings. Tell them Stalter sent you. It's Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company.
to the ball, and who better than this guy? Get it into Boozer, back for Sarr, ahead, Boozer, that ball deflected and stolen by Mullins. Caravan, 2 seconds, Mullins tosses it up. Oh! It's good with .3. UConn goes in front.
CBS on the call last night or yesterday evening as Braylon Mullins, a freshman, drains the three-pointer heard round the world. Duke had been up virtually all game. They didn't have it in the bag. It wasn't like they had complete control, but
you think 19 points.
Well, yeah, 19 points is probably good. So, yeah, 19 points, even against a UConn team that's won 2 of the last 3 NCAA tournaments. You probably think that Duke's going to win that one. But they don't. Buzzer beater, again, from Mullins on a play that really is inexcusable. It can't happen.
No.
But I don't want to take anything away from UConn.
Oh, it was great defense.
And the way they defended that, the way that they had, knocked the pass down as the one Duke play. Was it Boozer who threw it too?
Yes, but it wasn't. It was the was it Cameron? Boozer?
Yeah, I think it was Boozer that threw it. He gets it knocked back. UConn resets. To have the awareness too, to not panic and just chuck up a shot, but to get it to Mullins and for him to fire it in. UConn's well coached. They recruit well. The way that Hurley finds just the right guys to execute his offensive defense.
It was Caden Boozer.
Caden Boozer.
Cameron is his brother.
Of course. And Cameron Boozer, of course, is a star for Duke. Caden Boozer gets it knocked up in the air. UConn resets. Because the one kid had an open look, too. He fires it back to Mullins, and Mullins drains it. Just an unbelievable play.
I think that was his first 3 of the night, too.
And he's a freshman in that spot. Ice in his veins, nothing but net. So UConn rallies to beat Duke, one of the wildest finishes that you'll see. And you'll see that one replayed a lot. Gets UConn to the Final Four, knocks off the number 1 overall seed as well. And Duke had their moments, I thought, throughout the tournament where people started to question them. But you can't take anything away from UConn. Because UConn's the same way. I don't know anybody that had UConn winning it, let alone reaching the championship, let alone even emerging from that region because they had to face Duke. And I think if you asked a fair amount of people, they would have had Michigan State knocking off Duke. Knocking off UConn. Because you just got the sense that this is not the same. I had it too. This is not the same UConn team that Hurley has had in previous years. But nonetheless, they advance, and now our Final Four matchups are set. Congratulations to CD's Illini. When he comes back to the show, he'll have a full breakdown of the Illini, who, of course, looked fantastic over the weekend as well.
Yeah.
They set up the matchup with UConn, and then on the other side, you have the ultimate buzzsaw in Michigan versus the ultimate buzzsaw in Arizona.
Is that, for you,
yes,
the national championship game?
I don't want to.
We don't want to diminish UConn and Illinois.
I don't want to overlook those two teams either, because the way that Illinois has played, I firmly believe that they would have had a chance to knock off Duke, and they certainly have a chance to knock off UConn. But the way that Michigan, I know where you're going with this, the way that Michigan and Arizona is playing, it almost feels like whoever wins that matchup will win it all. But I'll throw it back to you. Are we underselling what Illinois and UConn can bring to the table? Because one of those teams obviously is going to make it to the NCAA tournament. I mean, Illinois is loaded.
So I'm not trying to undersell that side of the bracket, but I have watched Michigan and Arizona dominate teams, just dominate teams. And it's hard for me to come to the conclusion that one of those teams won't win the national championship based on what I've seen. Well, and I know Illinois has played very well. I look at their path to the Final Four.
Yeah. Oh, do you think it's weaker? Is that the implication?
I'm not saying that they had a cakewalk to the Final Four.
Yeah.
I don't Out of the other four, maybe it is not as strong.
So comparatively speaking.
Is that fair to say?
So
I'm
Illinois,
not trying to be a hater.
I understand. You're not trying. I mean, Illinois fans are going to be pissed at you, but
it's just a question.
What you're suggesting is Illinois had a easier route than the other Final Four teams. So let's look at it. They've knocked off Penn, VCU, number 2 Houston.
Okay, yeah.
A red hot Iowa team that was very plucky, but one in which Illinois was very familiar with, and then they face UConn. Okay, so that's Illinois' route. UConn faced Furman, UCLA, Michigan State, and Duke. The last two specifically, and UCLA I think was a team that a lot of people kind of fell in love with the closer they got to the tournament. On the other side, Michigan went through Howard, SLU, Alabama, and Tennessee. Arizona, Long Island, Utah State, Arkansas, and Purdue. I don't know. I think you can kind of weigh the four teams equally. I really do.
Okay.
Getting past Houston was no small feat.
I agree.
I think with the way that Iowa was playing, I think that's comparative to like Michigan State for UConn, and then obviously UConn knocked off the number 1 overall seed. So let's just say they're comparable. Michigan having to get through Alabama, Tennessee, good team, but I think that we saw over the week
they got smoked. Yeah, this weekend.
I'll be honest, I was disappointed, and not just because I had Iowa State in our little Final Four, brackets that we did here at 101 ESPN. I was disappointed that Tennessee throttled Iowa State. Selfishly, I was good with them getting past Virginia, but it was almost like I wanted to see them lose against Iowa State because I thought Iowa State would be the better matchup against Michigan. We'll never know, of course, because Tennessee earned that spot. But with the way, Michigan gave us we didn't have to watch that one. Mm-hmm. Plus, I'm a little pissed at Michigan because they scored 95 against Tennessee and only 90 against Alabama.
You needed 92.
I needed 92 for a bet the board.
Yeah.
Okay,
maybe I'm wrong then.
Michigan. It's an interesting question that you posed.
I will say the Houston win was big.
Yes.
For Illinois. That was a big win.
But they all had one big win, to your point.
Yes.
Michigan looks like the most complete team. The way that they beat Alabama, and really the way they beat everybody. Elite offense, elite defense combination. They've been dominant on both ends. And it's clear that metrics or no metrics, or eye test, Michigan looks like now the number 1 overall team. And Arizona, being as physical and high tempo as they are, that is a fantastic matchup. On the other side, the way that Illinois keeps rolling, they've almost done it in a quiet nature. But they rebound at a high level, they shoot at a high level. Very balanced team overall. Mm-hmm. I think UConn's the one that we're like, nobody really expects much, even though they're a number 2 seed.
Yeah, Illinois right now, they are the favorite in that Final Four matchup.
So let me guess. I have not seen. I swear, I've not seen the spreads.
This is according to ESPN.
Do you have the spreads in front of you?
I do.
Okay. I think Illinois is at least a 4.5 point favorite. I wouldn't be shocked if they're a 5.5 or 6 point favorite.
Wrong.
Really?
2.5.
No kidding.
2.5. Total of 139.5.
That's surprising. Okay, so what odds makers are telling us is that UConn is much better than what maybe the public thinks they are.
I mean, they are the higher seeded team.
But does it feel that way to you? Like, did you going into that UConn Duke game yesterday? Honestly, who'd you have?
Duke. I had Duke winning the whole tournament.
Okay, so this probably answers that question anyway. More likely to happen going into that game, Duke wins in a rout or UConn wins it outright?
I guess Duke wins in a rout, but I don't know if I'd pick that one. I think I would have said that Duke wins a close game.
But if you only had those 2 choices, I'm leaning you Duke in a rout.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, I guess I'll go with that decision, considering I had them winning the tournament.
The point I'm trying to make is UConn, even as a 2 seed, I don't know if people were talking about them and giving them the same props as what they probably should as a number 2 team.
Which is wild because
the team hasn't been hyped at all.
No, I mean, they've won 2 of the last 3 national championships, and their head coach is just one, he's crazy, but also a crazy good head coach.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we did overlook what he brings to the table and what his team can ultimately do. And looking at it now, maybe I'm not shocked that this team is a Final Four team because they have that winning pedigree as of recent.
Pedigree is a perfect word. All right. Before we sign off here, Michigan and Arizona. This one, I think, this has got to be close. I say Michigan minus 1.5.
You are correct.
Is it? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Glad I bounced back there.
Yep.
I'm surprised that Illinois is not favored by more. But again, ultimate respect to UConn.
Early prediction. Who do you have winning both of these games?
Michigan. I got Michigan winning it all. And I got Illinois. Yeah, Michigan and Illinois.
Yeah.
So after I just said, isn't it surprising that, are we dogging UConn? I just dog UConn.
You're not dogging them.
No pun intended.
You're not dogging them. You just think Illinois is a better basketball team at this current time.
What about you? What do you got?
I think that Michigan is going to win, and I'm going to roll with you as well. I'm going to go with Illinois.
There you have it.
I'm going to go with Illinois.
All right. So maybe put your money on UConn
despite me
Arizona
criticizing their path to the Final Four, they have played really good basketball.
They have.
They played really good basketball. So, there's a reason why all these teams are here right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, this should be a fun Final Four, though. There have been Final Fours in the past where I'm like, I don't care about that Final Four.
Yeah. None
of these teams really jump off the page to me. This one seems like a very fun Final Four.
It's going to be fantastic. All right.
You have the East Coast. You have the Big Ten, 2 Big Ten teams, and then you go out west to Arizona. So you have sort of the entire map of the United States covered.
Illinois and UConn is 5:09 local time on Saturday. 7:49 is Michigan and Arizona. Again, both games on Saturday. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter. Is this Cardinals offense, or let me rephrase, will this Cardinals offense be better than what we expect? That's next on 101 ESPN.
it's unbelievable. I mean, like, 1-9, we got guys who can bang. It's really nice. I mean, it's sick watching Jay lead off, too. He does a really good job, setting the tone for everybody. And just 1-9, it's just unbelievable.
So that was Jordan Walker. What a game he had yesterday, in which, Marsh, I don't know how you felt, but beyond just the counting stats, I thought Jordan Walker looked completely locked in and totally confident. The way that he approached each plate appearance looked like a veteran that finally had the confidence that he was going to do damage. I don't know if it was a situation where he liked what he saw out of Steven Matz. He was familiar with him. I don't know what it was. But that looked like the Jordan Walker that a lot of us are just praying will be moving forward here. Now, you're going to have your ups and downs, but, man, you get the power. I love the way that he extended, he expanded his zone in a good way. In the other at-bat, he looked fantastic. Ball jumped off his bat, which really was something that we've seen from him before.
Yeah, I was just going to say the one that he touched seats with, just how smooth and how crisp that swing looked. It looked like it was just zero effort on the swing, like in a good way, right? It didn't look like he was doing too much, just put bat on ball, and that thing just flies off his bat. And we know it does. The problem with him in the past was, okay, he's hitting the ball 100 plus miles per hour off the bat, but it's right to the shortstop, right into the ground. That one just bink right off his bat, and that was a smooth swing, and it was a huge point in the game too.
It was.
He could have hit a home run, and we could have been like, yeah, great job. It's now 6-2. Could have been a solo shot, but you had guys on base, and that was. I believe there was 2 outs at the time, and he stepped up and knocked in 3 runs and got the team back in the game, despite the team ultimately losing.
Sorry, Marsh. And ultimately, too, the way that ball had the backspin on it, a lot of times we'll talk about like launch angle, and people will moan and groan, and this is what's wrong with baseball and all of that. All launch angle is physics, essentially. Ball's coming in at a certain speed. You have to hit it back with a certain speed, and at the ball has to launch in with the right angle to get out of the ballpark. It doesn't mean drop your back shoulder and try to hit the ball up. It's just about physics, and it's just here's what you need to do. Here's the velocity in which the ball needs to travel off the bat, and here's the angle it's got to be at to hit the ball out. That's it. That's all launch angle is. It's not a technique. It's not something that they're driving home to the player at. It's just, here's the physics of being able to hit a home run. But the way that ball created backspin off of the bat, the way that he did the swing pattern and all that, it was beautiful to watch. So hopefully more of that's come for Jordan Walker. Now, we do have Jeremy Rutherford coming up in a couple of minutes, so we'll have to kind of be brief here. But I'll go back to what we talked about at the start of the show, Marsh. Because you posed the question, will this Cardinals offense be better than what we expect? We're on the radio. We're supposed to entertain. We're supposed to have an opinion. Bottom line, I don't know.
Right.
But from what we saw over the weekend, and dating, of course, back to Thursday, which was opening day, what we saw from the offense, the components of the offense, I would answer yes. Your 9-hole hitter is Victor Scott, who's got elite speed. He's a problem, definitely when he's on base. He's a problem if he mishits a ball like he did yesterday, and he can run one out. Jordan Walker has shown pop. Gorman has shown pop. Weatherholtz hit a home run as well over the weekend. On opening day, I should say.
Yeah.
So you got a little bit of pop in there. Can you get on base consistently? Can you show these components that we're talking about consistently? That's the only way we're going to be able to answer whether or not this offense is going to be better than what we thought.
Well, I think 22 runs to start the year off is pretty good. If you would have told me that Wednesday or even Thursday morning, hey, this team's going to score 22 runs this weekend, I would have said, which team?
Right.
Certainly not the Cardinals, right? Like, no, it's going to be those Cardinals. You're like, man, that's a pretty good weekend.
Absolutely.
And with that all being said, the run differential is -1. And that's a separate conversation that we'll have later.
Yeah, we'll have to get into that, of course, because it wasn't all gravy over the weekend here against the Rays. The bullpen was really rough, and Dustin May did not have a good start yesterday.
Yeah, I think if this team is going to be competitive, that's something that we have said, leading up to the 2026 campaign. We hope this team is competitive. At this point in time, after 3 games, it's got to be the offense. It has to be.
Yep.
Otherwise, this will be an ugly year. If the trends continue with the bullpen and maybe some of the starting pitching, of course, we've only seen 3 guys go so far, it could be a disastrous season.
At least the bullpen, at the very least, you've got reinforcements. Now, I don't know what those reinforcements are going to look and when they come up, but if the offense is terrible, it's a little harder to generate offense, thinking that some young hitter's just going to come up and do damage.
Well, and I wonder how much that will affect the young players. They produce at the plate, and then they get back in the game, and next thing you know, oh my gosh, we're down 5 again.
Right.
Like that could ultimately work for maybe the first couple of weeks where you're like, hey, you know what? We're going to keep getting back into this game. And they have. I wonder how long that can last before you start getting frustrated. It's like in football, and we like to bring football into the mix. When a defense is going, but for whatever reason, the offense just can't do anything. 3 and out. Hey, we're going to get these stops for you. But after a while,
your defense wants to kill Russell Wilson.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I got you.
I wonder how long that will last if this trend continues.
Well, hopefully this team will continue to show grit, but I think it's noteworthy what you just mentioned because the Blues right now, right? They're clicking.
Yep.
In all 3 phases of their game. Well, you got to get the same thing going with the Cardinals, but at least they took 2 of 3 over the weekend.
Yep.
All right. Jeremy Rutherford, speaking of those Blues, we'll talk to him next about the Blues' chances of making the playoffs and what has clicked lately. Jeremy Rutherford, a Blues Insider with The Athletic, next. I was talking to somebody from Don's Garage Doors recently, and they had talked about, and it's something I never thought about, how your garage is the largest moving part of your home. It is. It's crazy, right? So if you have any sort of mechanical malfunctions going on with your garage, you're flat out in your driveway and you're like, oh, great. I can't even get the garage door won't open. Something's going on. Maybe you heard a pop. The spring might go out. Leave it up to the experts to fix it. And the experts are Don's Garage Doors. Their St. Louis team's made up of local technicians that work right here in St. Louis. Honest service, quality work. They also go through an expansive program before they can even be qualified to work on your garage. They know what they're doing. They do a fantastic job. The company also has a lot of great features too. For example, you can get a complete tune-up right now for less than $30. $29.95. Don's Garage Doors come out. They make sure everything's working properly, provide a tune-up. If your garage is already acting up, though, you don't have to worry. They got a 24/7 emergency repair team standing by. Don's Garage Doors keep it simple. They show up, they do it right, they stand by their work. If you call before 10 a.m., they also have the same-day service schedule that works best for you. And if they can't make it happen that day, you get $300 towards your repair or replacement. So book today at donsgaragedoors.com or call 866-4-DONS-DOOR. Don't wait until you're stuck in the driveway. Call my friends at Don's Garage Doors today.
for the Rutherford Report with our Blues insider, Jeremy Rutherford, on 101 ESPN.
JR is brought to you by Evergreen Wealth Strategies, helping everyday people every day. Visit evergreen-ws.com.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. Let's head to our Callier and Thompson phone line. We're joined by our guy, Jeremy Rutherford, a Blues insider with The Athletic. What's up, JR?
Not too much, guys. Just listening to the show. A lot less talk of somebody living the glory days with the Blues, and a lot less talk about the Illini football days.
Yeah, yeah, but that's right. But we got it.
Just giving them the gears,
of course. We got to talk about these Blues, JR. I mean, 31-30 and 11 overall, but 10-1-2 in their last 13. Fourth straight win over the weekend against Toronto, and then of course they can go for 5 straight tonight. Jim Montgomery said, I thought he said it best when he said they've been connected in all 3 zones. Can you expand on that, either from what you've heard from Monty, what you talked about with him, what you talked about the players, or your own observations, but then being specifically connected in all 3 zones and what it means?
Yeah, for sure. It might be the number one reason, besides the goaltending. You got to put the goaltending, Joel Hofer and even Jordan Binnington, number one on the list of why the Blues are where they are. But number 2, it's that connectedness that you talked about, and just observations, and then also listening to Jim Montgomery and the players. It's a situation where most of the season, if the puck's in the defensive zone and they're getting hemmed in, the defense had trouble getting it out. And even if they were able to get a stick on it, where are the forwards? Are they supporting? And now, whether it's a play that's quick out of the zone or they need support and help to get out of the zone, they're all playing together. They're all in the right position. They're all making the passes. And so that's getting out of the zone and then coming back. Like, I haven't seen the forwards back check and get back and help as much as we're seeing it right now in a long time. So that's where that connectedness is coming. And, that kind of all comes from the team playing for each other and believing in each other, all the cliches, but it seems like that connectedness does happen when guys are in it for each other.
So, of course, JR, and I'm sure you anticipated this, and you might not have an answer for it, but maybe just have thoughts on it. So why is that, right? Like, fans hear it, I heard it, and I completely agree. You may not have an answer for it, but why are we seeing it now when we didn't see it at the start of the year?
Yeah, it's tough. The way that I look at it is that there just seems to be this turning the page with the Blues, and I think it's a situation similar to last year where they came back from the Four Nations break and you saw the point total, you saw what you needed to do to get into the playoffs. Same thing this year. They come back from the Olympics, they see the point total, they see what they got to do. They know there's going to be some change with the trade deadline, and there was some change. But when I say, turnover, there's just a feeling around the team that now it's Dylan Holloway, Robert Thomas, Jimmy Snuggerud, Philip Broberg, Joel Hofer's team. Like, it's just like, okay, it is on us now, and we have to do it. And yeah, we might not make it this year, but we're going to give it our darndest, and we can see already that the pieces are in place for this team to be good for years to come as they build this thing with the young players. So, similar to the Cardinals, you see what they're doing with the young pieces coming in, and they're excited to play, excited to show up, excited to play for each other, and I think that's translating on the ice right now.
JR, you talk about togetherness. I saw that the team was at the Puck Cancer event on Friday night, and you were there as well. What did you make of the event, and how special was it?
Yeah, it was great, Marshy. That's the 3rd annual. I've been to all 3. They're all great. There isn't a better moment than when Kelly Chase walks out from the hallway out onto the ice and gives a little speech at center ice on the carpet. And he did it again this year. He's got the microphone, and everybody in attendance is standing and listening to Kelly. And, I'm sure people have heard him speak before, but when you see the fragile state that he's in and know what he's been through and know what he means to this city, like, it's tough not to watch it and get emotional, and then the support. I mean, these aren't guys that fly in once every 3 or 4 years to support Kelly Chase. Like Sean Payton, you guys talked to him, great interview. This is a guy who's flying in every year. Garth Brooks, he didn't come this time, but he's been the Hall of Fame for Kelly Chase a couple months ago. He's been to a couple of these Puck Cancer games. Like, these are people who are there every single step of the way. And to me, when I see people giving their support to somebody like that, flying into town year after year, it just shows you what Kelly Chase means to them.
Yeah, no doubt. That sort of event like that, and you see everybody rallying the way they do, I do think it speaks to the community here among the Blues alumni, and having a person like Kelly Chase, where he knows guys like Sean Payton, he knows guys, certainly teammates that he's played with or guys that he's played against. I think it speaks to the larger community here in St. Louis when it comes to these Blues alumni. And JR, you've covered the team for so long. I think you could probably speak better to that than I could.
Yeah, definitely. And you also mentioned all the players there. That was great to see. That was just phenomenal. And not only there, but they came out on the ice. They stood behind Kelly Chase when he did give that speech at center ice, and they stuck around. They were there after. And then I think Colton Parayko, it was Jim Montgomery who said, Colton Parayko said, hey, late night with the game here, can we do the meetings after practice tomorrow, after the morning skate? And he said, yeah, sure. And, so there's that communication behind the scenes with the players because they really, really want to be there. So, this community, the players are a part of it. As soon as they're drafted with the Blues, they come in and they just learn what this tradition here in St. Louis is all about. Kelly Chase is a big part of it, and obviously they wanted to be a part of it the other night at the game.
Jeremy Rutherford joining us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. All right, so moving back to the current team, what do you think, with 10 games remaining, the odds are that they actually make the playoffs?
I think it's going to be an uphill battle, but they are playing really well, and the teams around them aren't playing very well. And I don't know if you guys caught it, but my editor this past week does a great job. He said, hey, let's predict the Blues' final 11 games. So I'm 1 for 1, guys. I get the 5-1 victory over Toronto the other night, although
nice.
I said it was going to be 4-2.
Oh, how could
tonight,
you? You're way off.
Way off. Tonight I got Blues 3, Sharks 1, if you want to take that to your betting app.
3-1.
It'll be a 4-2 game.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see low scoring, though, tonight.
I that's what I saw the other day when I wrote this story.
Okay. I thought maybe
I don't know what I see.
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So no, but I mean, you look at the situation. They're 4 points out with 10 games to go, and they got a couple games in hand on Nashville that's in that second wild card spot right now. So the trick part is you got a couple teams ahead of you with L.A., Seattle, Winnipeg, and San Jose, and that's what makes tonight's game huge. I mean, you're playing the team that you're tied with 73 points. San Jose, big win against them the other night, and you see what you can do tonight against them. So, can they get in there? Look, I said they couldn't last year, and they did it. So last thing I want to do is paint myself into that corner again.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. All right, JR, this has been, they've made it at least interesting since the Olympic break, so hopefully they can continue to do so. Hopefully they do make a bit of a run here, and we'll see how they close out. But keep up the great work with The Athletic, and we'll check back with you next week.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, thank you. That's Jeremy Rutherford here in the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. So, Marsh, you and I have kind of alluded to this, but why don't we actually get into it? The pitching was an issue over the weekend. As much as we've highlighted this offense, we do got to get into some of the pitching woes that we saw early on. Was it a taste of things to come, or do we still have confidence that this pitching rotation, at least, will be better than what a lot of people thought it was going to be at the start of the year? That's next on 101 ESPN. Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action when it comes to playing, whether it's the NCAA, the NBA, Major League Baseball just started up. If you have certain hunches on players in any of those sports, because you know that this player is going to go, higher on his point total than at Underdog, build your card that way. Maybe you don't like a certain matchup in an NBA game or an NCAA Final Four matchup. You can go lower on stats like points, rebounds, assists. When it comes to baseball, you know all the stats there. You follow baseball as much as you do. Get paid off for your hunches. Maybe you like a pitching matchup for tonight. Great. Why don't you go to Underdog, build your card, and if you get everything right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. And one thing I really love about Underdog is the flexibility. You can play when the action is live instead of just doing everything pregame. After the game starts, maybe you get a feel for how a team is playing, how a player is playing, and then you can build your card that way. Same idea. Choose whether or not players will go higher or lower on their stats. Download the app today. When they ask you for a promo code, just type in my first name, Anthony, and you're going to score $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, that promo code is Anthony at sign-up. Underdog, make plays, win money. Must be 18 or older and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned through play, call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit www.ncbgambling.org.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew March. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals take 2 of 3 over the Rays this weekend. They will take on the New York Mets tonight. 6:45, first pitch is Kyle Leahy will take the mound. He'll go up against Clay Holmes. The Blues are also in action tonight against the San Jose Sharks, and you can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 8. Puck drop is at 9. We just got done talking with Jeremy Rutherford, our Blues insider with The Athletic. If you missed that conversation or if you missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dodge Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Coming up next, we're going to dive into the Cardinals pitching. Will the pitching once again be the downfall for this team? We'll discuss it next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Excuse me, Marsh. I get so choked up.
Well,
think about this Cardinals pitching.
Oh, my gosh.
I get so choked up.
Anthony, I wanted to run my head into a wall watching this bullpen this weekend.
So the biggest question is, how long do you ride with the players that are currently in your pen? And I know a lot of fans will probably say, yeah, we're good. We've seen enough. And I don't blame you. If you watched every inning of all 3 games, or at least you caught the highlights, it was an ugly weekend. And I'm going to say weekend. Let's just, I know the opening day was on Thursday, but the series, the series was horrifying to watch from the bullpen, from a bullpen standpoint. Now, in fairness, one, the Rays bullpen was a disaster too.
Oh yeah,
it was just a bad series for each pen. So I don't want to do the thing where we only concentrate on the Cardinals and act as though they're the only team in Major League Baseball that had any sort of bullpen problems. If you saw any of the White Sox Brewers highlights from yesterday, the White Sox have some issues too.
Yeah.
And the White Sox aren't exactly contenders or considered contenders either. However, if you go throughout an entire spring training highlighting who you want to be in your pen, and you build your bullpen based on the attributes of these pitchers and what you saw in spring training, 3 games does not mean it's time to make a change. I realize that you just got done watching a Cardinal series and that, hey, the offense might be better than we think. Mm-hmm. Dustin May didn't pitch well yesterday, but he had a great spring training. Maybe they were starting rotation. You got to change the bullpen. You just watched 2 months of workouts for these pitchers if you're the Cardinal staff. You can't make a change based on 3 games. But my question to you is, Marsh, when do you make some changes? Is it a month?
I mean, I don't know.
Is it 2 weeks?
They could roll. I mean, this season. What is this season though? You got to figure out.
It's a rebuild.
Have.
You're in a rebuild. You're in a rebuild.
Yeah, you're in a build.
You're in a build.
You're in a build. I think what's frustrating is though the offense did show us that they can compete, and we'll see a little bit more of that in this next series against the Mets. What does that series look like? Mm-hmm. It starts tonight. But I think from these 3 games, what I learned is this offense is exciting, yet there is another component of this team that will ultimately, again, want me to bang my head into the wall. And it's the bullpen, which was actually pretty good last year. It wasn't terrible. And the offense was the thing, and we're like, where is this offense at, man? Like, come on. And then, of course, the starting pitching.
Right.
You get 2 solid performances out of the 3 games from your starting pitching. Michael McGreevy was fantastic on Saturday, despite not throwing very fast.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to.
You don't have to, of course.
Be a pitcher, and that's what Michael McGreevy was on Saturday.
But I said this earlier, and I'm going to say it again. If these starting pitchers can't go long into games, it will be a problem. There are only a few pitchers in that pen that I trust. One of them's JoJo Romero. I think Riley O'Brien is one of those guys. I thought Soriano pitched pretty good yesterday.
He did.
And I thought, I'm not willing to trust this gentleman yet, but he did bounce back after a tough Thursday. But Brule
looked much better.
He looked much better
on Thursday. Now it's difficult to look worse.
That's true.
Than those three guys that pitched on Thursday, immediately following Matthew Liberatore, Richard Brule, Roycroft, and who's the third that pitched?
Swanson.
That's right. And Swanson came
He went back-to-back games, and he was the reason why the Cardinals even went to the 10th inning.
Right.
You know, he was the one that came in the 9th.
Yeah, he is
And
really
Stanek
struggled.
really has been making things a little dramatic, too.
Well, yes. I do. You know, the other thing, though, that frustrated me while we're on the subject, Roycroft comes in after the Cardinals matched the Rays in their half of the eighth. Because remember, the Rays put up 3 yesterday in the top of the 8th. Cardinals come back with 3 of their own. So that game, it's still a game at that point. It's a 9-7 game. And with the way you were swinging the bats, a comeback wasn't out of the realm of possibility. I mean, 2 runs at that point. Hell, you're down 6 runs on Thursday before rallying.
Mm-hmm.
But when Roycroft came in and immediately allowed the 3 hits and the 2 earned runs, all of a sudden it's a 4-run deficit, and you didn't feel great going into your half of the 9th. So I thought Roycroft stepping in yesterday and extending that lead for Tampa, that pissed me off as well.
Yeah, I mean, who are you going to go to?
Oh no, I agree. It's not an Ollie thing. It's somebody has to execute outside of JoJo Romero.
Well, it's not an Ollie thing, but it will quickly become an Ollie thing. Probably
now it is your problem.
In the eyes of the fans. Mm-hmm. You know, why are you going with that guy? Why are you putting Swanson in? You know, in the 9th inning. Well, it was a 4-run game at that point. You know, you don't need your quote unquote closer. Then Stanek comes in. It's like, why is he the closer?
Who else is it going to be? Because if you say JoJo Romero,
well, it could be Riley O'Brien.
I do like him a lot. Maybe
I do too. But you used him earlier in the game because that was you were only up 2 at that point, and you needed him in a high leverage situation to make sure that Tampa didn't score at that point in time in the game. Sure. So, you know, you asked the question, when do things change? I don't know a specific time. I think it all depends on how these guys do. I mean, they could have a great series coming up. Mm-hmm. That's your bullpen, though, right? The bullpen can either be really good or it can be terrible.
Right.
I mean, they could be very good against the Mets, and the starting pitching could be terrible.
Yeah.
We need both of them to be working at the same time.
That'd be nice, Marsh.
And then the offense needs to score, too. Mm-hmm. Well, the offense did their job.
You took 2 of 3.
I'm very happy with that.
You took 2 of 3.
Very happy.
And yesterday, at the very least, you were still in that game. I was still compelled to watch after they scored the 3 in the 8th.
Oh, there was something, and I was at the game yesterday. I thought, this team, who knows? Maybe they end up coming back and winning it in the 9th inning or something. Like they, for whatever reason, I know we're super early into the season, but the first 2 games made me believe in this team.
There you go.
And I was very happy with
that's what winning does.
I was very entertained yesterday. It was a very entertaining ball game.
Good.
And that's what we're looking for right now, but we're also looking for wins, and I don't think the bullpen is going to help that.
Hey, you never know. It's early, okay? If we could do the whole thing where it's early for the offense, we can also say it's early for the bullpen, okay? Maybe they start clicking.
It's early.
Maybe it's a Blues thing. You get clicking over time. Don't wait too long, though, please. What's Trending is next on 101 ESPN.
news in the sports world.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Well, Anthony, we've been talking Blues and Cardinals today, but there is another team that we have yet to touch on this fine Monday afternoon, and that is your St. Louis Battlehawks. The Battlehawks get it done on Saturday. They take down the DC Defenders by a final score of 16-10. So the Battlehawks off to a hot start in the 2026 campaign.
So here's my biggest takeaway, Marsh. We talked a lot, not a lot. When we did talk about the Battlehawks preseason, we talked about what? Talked about the offense, right? We talked about Ricky Prohl coming in, and we asked Ricky Prohl, new head coach of the Battlehawks, when we were at Ray's Sports House on that Friday of the first round of the NCAA tournament, when the Battlehawks were making the rounds, we asked him how the offense would look. And he flat out said that we're going to spread things out. We're going to be more aggressive through the air. We asked Harry Douglas, who was covering the game for ESPN last Friday, what he expected to see. And he too said he expects to see a more wide open passing attack. Naturally, you get into the game, and what actually decided with the game was the Battlehawks defense completely took over. Mm-hmm. After giving up 10 early points, they shut out DC for the final three quarters, provide massive pressure. They had the 5 sacks in the first half. They forced two interceptions on Jordan Teamu, former Battlehawk. Mm-hmm.
And they won the challenge, too,
which was huge. So DC's offense went completely, they were explosive early. Whatever it was that the Battlehawks and their coaching staff figured out, they definitely figured out how DC was attacking them and took over. But instead of the offense in a 16-10 game, it was the Battlehawks. Now, I do expect the Battlehawks offense, which was more mid than terrible. Like, they had some timely plays, but not what we expected, Marsh. It was the defense that took over.
Yeah, I mean, they did ultimately outgain the defenders in the air. So the passing attack, 198 to 123. You're probably hoping that you're over that 200-yard threshold. But either way, the one thing that stands out for me about this game, and I think you could expect less discipline in week one of a season. If you look at DC, they took 12 penalties. Mm-hmm. The Battlehawks took 1.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's impressive, especially in week one. If you have a very disciplined team, and if this continues to be a trend throughout the season, you're not putting yourself in bad shape throughout the game. You're out. You have so many more plays than the other team, and they ran 13 more plays on offense than DC. So those are the little things, and they're better on third down. So little things that ultimately led to the Battlehawks winning this game. A game that, was a rivalry game to start the season off. Because DC has always played the Battlehawks very tough. Now, it's a different looking squad, different coaching staff, but still very impressive nonetheless. And very impressive by the fan base, too, showing up to the Battledome.
Continues to show up and shell out. So two things. One good, one bad when it comes to the offense. The red zone struggles were a big problem. They had multiple drives that stalled inside scoring range, and they settled for field goals instead of TDs. Against better competition, deeper in the year, that's going to be a huge problem. One of the reasons why it wasn't was because of the defense, but one other positive when it came to the offense. How about Howard? 69 total yards, 43 in the fourth quarter. So they had a lead, and on the final drive, they were able to drain 4+ minutes off the clock to seal the game. So as frustrating as it was at times to watch the Battlehawks, especially when they went out, they started the game with multiple 3-and-outs. Mm-hmm. It drops, a bunch of 3-and-outs, offense struggled, and they had turnovers. To close out the game when he had the lead, if you're able to run the ball, it's huge.
Last thing here real quick. We've talked about the Final Four. Michigan will take on Arizona. Illinois will take on UConn. The Frozen Four is set.
Oh, how'd your guys do?
Michigan is in the Frozen Four as well. They'll take on Denver, who we know Coach Montgomery used to be the head coach there, and that team is a powerhouse in college hockey. And Wisconsin took down a very good Michigan State team, and they will take on North Dakota.
Yes. That's
So,
Marshy's alma mater.
That's my alma mater. So they are back in the Frozen Four. I'll be rooting them on. They will be playing the Frozen Four this year in Las Vegas. So my North Dakota squad gets to take on the Badgers in the semifinal, and maybe we'll take on Denver or Michigan in the championship game. So I'm crossing my fingers. I hope
going.
I've thought about it. I have thought about it. I've it's the tickets are expensive, but in a flight there is there's a lot of money involved, but I have thought about it. I will be watching the game. I've already taken those days off.
Oh, nice. What days is
So
it?
the Thursday, the 9th of April.
Okay, so it's coming up.
That is coming up, yes. So
Beautiful. Well, congrats to
I
you.
will not be at work that day. I'll be watching the game.
That's fine.
Either
Yeah.
here or maybe in Las Vegas.
Ooh.
Be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
It certainly would. So congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
And go Fighting Hawk. Yeah. North Dakota fighting.
Go North Dakota.
Are they Fighting Hawk or are they just Hawk?
They're the Fighting Hawks.
Fighting Hawks. So not just one Hawk. They've got many Hawks.
There are multiple Hawks that will be fighting in the Frozen Four.
A multitude of Hawks.
Yes.
All right. We do need a new Gauntlet contestant. So if you want to play in the Gauntlet, 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, it's only Marsh and Anthony today. Jamie and Carey were at an event, and they'll be here. So don't just avoid the Gauntlet because you wanted to face maybe Carey or Jamie. They're here. They're going to be ready to go for the Gauntlet. So if you want to play in the Gauntlet, again, now's your time. Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll play that next. Hey, if your family needs a new vehicle, well, then you know space matters, reliability matters, and right now, maybe price matters more than any of those things. That's why a lot of buyers are heading to Auto Centers Nissan. But here's the deal. You only have today and tomorrow to take advantage of some of the best deals that you may see all year long. On select new Nissan models, you can get 0 payments for 6 months, 0 money down, and 0% APR for 60 months. Plus, remaining 2025 models are discounted up to $11,000 off MSRP, which means families can save serious money on brand new vehicles. Every new Nissan also comes with a 30-day return promise, giving buyers the ultimate peace of mind. Because if you're not completely satisfied with the vehicle, bring it back within those 30 days, and Auto Centers Nissan will refund your money fully and set you up with something else that you might be looking at. Maybe used vehicles, for example. Select used vehicles even qualify for 0 down and no payments for 3 months, which can make upgrading your vehicle a lot easier. One of the best parts about shopping with Auto Centers Nissan is that when you head online to AutoCentersNissan.com, every vehicle qualifies for up to an extra $1,000 in savings. All you have to do is click the Claim My Buyer's Bonus button to lock it in after you select your vehicle. So select your vehicle and then hit the Claim My Buyer's Bonus button, and you lock in that extra savings. Auto Centers Nissan, AutoCentersNissan.com. Tell them Stalter sent you.
warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN 402. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Well, as I mentioned, the guys had an event to go to, so they're back. Carey and Jamie.
Yeah, let's go.
Ready to rock and roll, and no better time to have the guys back than with the Gauntlets. We got a new contestant. It's Noah. What's up, Noah?
What's up, guys? How are you today?
We're doing great. Hope you had a great weekend. Appreciate you playing. Thank you, of course, for listening. Would you like to take on Marsh, Carey, Jamie, or me in round 1?
Well, I got hyped there thinking it was just going to be the average Joes and not the former pros.
Wow. Noah strikes first.
If you called to hurt us, you have.
Wow.
I think I'm going at Mr. Anthony to start it off.
Birthday boy.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Mr. Anthony.
Yeah, Mr. Yeah,
now, thanks, Noah. Now he's going to have us calling him Mr. Anthony from now on.
I appreciate that, yeah. Noah, good luck to you.
Don't need it, but thanks, buddy.
There you go. Okay.
Now I'm pissed off. Anthony. Wow.
No, I don't like Noah. I did before.
All right, Noah. Anthony's on his way to the cone of silence. That means it's time to tell Marshy to spin that wheel.
Spin it, Marsh.
All right, Noah, since you don't need any help.
Don't ask, Jamie.
Well, you don't need any help, so what will the wheel do, right? It's no big deal.
I'm not telling you what I want.
All right, well, it stopped. Can you tell me now what you wanted?
Random.
You didn't get random. You got hockey.
That's cool. It's basically random for Anthony anyway.
Oh, wow. Anthony's good in hockey,
Anthony is undefeated.
His record's good. He's undefeated
this year. 4-0 in hockey.
Yeah. So, anyways, 4 questions, Noah. They're all worth 2 points. If you use the options and get it right, it's only worth 1 point. Wrong answer, 0 points. If we're tied, as you know, we'll go to a tiebreaker, and we will get a winner here in the Gauntlet. Noah, are you ready?
Born ready, Jamie. Let's do it.
All right, baby. Here we go. Question 1. The Vegas Golden Knights fired Bruce Cassidy on Sunday and replaced him with John Tortorella. Tortorella last coached this team before being axed in March 2025. Name that team.
Let's see. We got Flyers, Jackets. Go ahead and give me the options.
The Columbus Blue Jackets, the Vancouver Canucks, and the Philadelphia Flyers.
Canucks. Final answer.
Question number 2. On January 13th, 2000, the Note acquired veteran Stéphane Richer. Did I say that right? Richer from Tampa Bay, and Chris McAlpine and Rich Parent. Please tell us McAlpine's position on the ice.
Be pretty dumb to ask for the options. Let's go defenseman.
Final answer?
I don't like the way you said that, Carey. No, let's make it forward. Final answer.
Question number 3. Identify the Carolina Hurricanes' career playoff points leader.
Options, Marshy.
Options are Sebastian Aho, Rod Brindamore, or Ron Francis.
Brindamore. Final answer.
All right, we are at the last question. Question number 4. The Blues interplay Monday, tonight, with just one skater who has 10 power play assists. Name that player.
10 power play assists. Means they probably, oh man. I'm shooting a shot. I'm going to say Dalibor Dvorsky.
Final?
Final answer.
All right. Let's get our guy Anthony back in here. Oh, he's already on the move.
If we must.
Yeah, that's part of the procedure here. Anthony, how's the cone of silence today, bud?
Basically sitting in there seething.
Yeah, I know. Well, Noah he's relentless. He even said he hasn't stopped.
All right, another crack for me, did he?
You know what? Allegedly.
Okay. Yeah, good. That's fine.
Your category today,
Yes.
hockey.
Okay, I like hockey.
Bag of lunch.
I like those frozen pucks, Marshy.
Yeah, you do.
Right to the face.
To the face.
Sure you
It's
do.
more a Jamie thing.
Until you get one to the face. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Question 1. The Vegas Golden Knights fired Bruce Cassidy on Sunday and replaced him with John Tortorella. Tortorella last coached this team before being axed in March 2025. Name that team.
So towards the last team, basically. Philadelphia Flyers. Final answer.
Question number 2. On January 13th, 2000, the Note acquired veteran Stefan Richer from Tampa Bay for Chris McAlpine and Rich Perrant. Please tell us McAlpine's position on the ice.
Well, I'm not going to take the options. That's for sure. Well, it's either forward center or forward defense or goaltender, unless you broke down the center and the wings. Let's go defenseman. Final answer.
Question number 3. Identify the Carolina Hurricanes career playoff points leader.
Options.
Options are Sebastian Aho, Rod Brindamore, or Ron Francis.
Some pretty good options.
Not bad, those guys.
Yeah. You got Rod the Bod. You've got who? Aho and who?
Ron Francis.
I mean, they played in a lot of playoffs lately. I'll go Aho. Sebastian Aho. Final answer.
Last question. The Blues interplay Monday/tonight with just one skater who has 10 power play assists. Name that player.
10 power play assists. Yeah. Let's narrow it down. Options, please.
All right. Is it Robert Thomas,
Maybe.
Pavel Buchnevich,
Unlikely.
or Cam Fowler?
More unlikely. Let's go Cam Fowler. Final answer.
Wow. That's one way to word it.
Cam's struggling. Why would he be an option?
Fine, Anthony.
Right? You know, feel me, Carey? Carey, you got me on that one?
All right, Carey, I think we go reverse here.
Sure.
What do you think?
That's perfect.
Starting at question 4. The Blues interplay tonight with just one skater who has 10 power play assists. Name that player. Noah, without the options. Kids have been playing really well lately, but Dalibor Dvorsky.
Oh, not an option.
Anthony, with the options, said, wow, this guy's terrible. Cam Fowler. I'm paraphrasing.
Why the hell is he on this list? Got to be him.
Yeah,
he stinks. That's what he said.
I forget the exact word.
Sure. Sounded something like that.
Something like that.
To that extent.
Thank you, Carey.
Yep.
All right, the answer is
Pavel Buchnevich.
Pavel Buchnevich.
The second.
Okay.
Least likely.
Question 3. Identify the Carolina Hurricanes career playoff points leader. Hurricanes/Hartford Whalers.
Oh,
really
no.
what I should have said.
I don't like how you said that.
I just...
Because I have...
Yeah, Jamie. Jeez.
I'm just saying. Okay?
Brant.
With the options, Noah took Rod the Bod Brindamore. With the options, Anthony took Sebastian Aho, because they've been in the playoffs a lot lately.
Did I say it that way?
Marshy, answer is...
They have. It's Sebastian Aho.
You set me up, you son of a...
85 points.
Points for that Aho. Question 2.
Jamie.
Well played. I don't really like it, but well played.
That's hilarious.
January 13th, 2000, the Note acquired veteran forward Stefan Richer from Tampa Bay for Chris McAlpine and Rich Perrant. please tell us McAlpine's position on the ice. Without the options, Noah had said D-man. Then Carey said, final answer. Noah said, I don't like the way you said that.
Oh.
Scratch that. Forward. Final answer.
Okay.
Anthony said, I think it was a D-man. Defense. Yeah, final answer.
Yeah.
Carey, answer is?
Defenseman.
It is a defenseman.
See you later, guys.
He actually was.
At least I lost to the hockey guy.
That's right.
Finally, a little respect. Thank you.
I don't know what he said about you earlier, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
You can listen to the podcast for that.
Yeah. That's brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company.
And, you know, I typically don't go back. I think I'm going to go back today.
You might want to.
On my birthday of all times.
Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, last question. The Vegas Golden Knights fired Bruce Cassidy on Sunday and replaced him with John Tortorella. Tortorella last coached this team before being axed in March 2025. Name that team. With the options, Noah said the Vancouver Canucks. John Tortorella did coach the Vancouver Canucks.
Among 12 other teams.
Yes, maybe 13. Anthony said, without the options, the Philadelphia Flyers. Noah.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose. It was the Philadelphia Flyers. Anthony got you 5-0 today, Noah.
Yeah, well, it's his birthday. I wasn't going to beat him on his birthday.
I actually love the way you spun that one.
I respect that.
Of all people,
that was good.
I appreciate that.
Jamie loves the spin. You had a serious spin rate on that, Noah.
That was great.
Good job, Noah.
Top tier talker, bad at questions on the fly. So.
It happens to the best of them.
Still counts. Thanks, Noah.
Sure.
See you, Noah. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Anytime, guys.
All right, take care.
Good job, Anthony.
Thank
I've
you.
been listening for 10 years. You guys rock, so keep it up.
Hey, thank you, Noah. Appreciate you there. We have a 10-year listener.
There we go.
Thanks, Noah.
You guys.
We'll see you, man. That was perfect.
Wouldn't it be great at the end he says, by the way, it's Patrick.
Yeah, it's Patrick H. Called on your birthday.
That would have been even better.
That's hilarious. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. With the guys back from their event, why don't we dive into the Cardinals with these two because they haven't shared their thoughts from the weekend. Highs and lows of the Cardinals series against the Rays. What we all thought was a high, what we all thought was a low. That's next on 101 ESPN. You know, Jamie, when I hear either the news or somebody in the know kind of shares, you know what, the interest rates, they're climbing again. I thank the heavens that we have our guy Stewie. Because when you call Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage Corporation, he can tell you flat out, here, this is what you do. Where's your situation right now? Mm-hmm. Do you want to refi? Here's the best time to do it. Here's not the best time to do it. Loans. Now is a good time to take one out, especially with a home loan or not. Stewie can answer all those questions for us.
Yeah, he does it instantly, too. You give him a call. He's already mapped out what the plan should be for you. And with the interest rates rising, I'm not going to give you advice because I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. But do call Stewie because he knows exactly what's going on. He might even have an idea of where the rates are headed in the near future. And that way he can prepare you accordingly for what the best plan might be. But you got to call him. His personal cell phone number, we use it. Everybody uses it. We talked to many people around St. Louis that have used this number. That number is 314-324-4440.
That number again, 314-324-4440.
Yeah, don't be afraid to call him, text him any time of day or night. He'll get back to you. If he doesn't answer right away, he'll get right back to you. He does that. He's a one-man show. So when you text or call that number, that's who you get. That's who you talk to. And then just tell him right away. Say, hey, look, man, Anthony and Jamie sent me in. Here's my issue. What can you do for me? And he's going to help you. I promise.
No doubt.
If you forget that number, what can you do?
You can always Google the Bagel Loan.
NMLS number 226715.
Love TMA? Then nominate yourself to be the Morning After Listener of the Month.
Ground ball, base hit. One run scores. Here comes Walker. Here comes the throw. Cardinals winning.
Chip Carey over the weekend. Chip Carey, of course, of Cardinals TV. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Dramatic win on Saturday. Cardinals fell short on Sunday, but they took the series 2 of 3 against the Rays. So let's get into some highs and some lows from the Cardinals series. So why don't we start off with the highs? So for you, Carey, the ultimate high of the weekend was?
I mean, come on, man. Jordan Walker was outstanding.
Ooh, yeah.
Especially Sunday. He was 3 for 4, a double, a home run, a single, away. Like he hit the ball to all fields.
Mm-hmm.
That to me was the most important part of it, the most exciting part of it. I know he struck out. That was his first strikeout of the season. He actually walked twice on Saturday, which means looks like he's seeing the ball pretty well, but to hit the ball in all fields, hit with power, and do what he did was outstanding. I think J.J. Weatherholt is a damn good player too. Like the lineup for me is something to be excited about. Like it was really fun to watch this team battle. Now they did have to battle back, and I'm sure we'll get to that in a minute. Had to battle back in each one of these games, but you can't count out the lineup. That's what I got away. That's what I took away from Sunday or from the entire weekend. Like they're going to continue to battle. They're going to, take pitches and be confident with the pitches in the strike zone and hit the ball when the opportunities present themselves. Sure. So I thought that Friday obviously was a really good game, and we talked about that on Friday. Saturday was a comeback win that I thought was outstanding as well. And Sunday, you didn't win the game, but you showed some promise in terms of what your lineup is. I guess
we'll get to the lows.
Okay.
We'll get to
don't go there yet.
Yeah.
We'll get to the lows in a second. Jamie, for me, it's what Carey noted about the comebacks. So that was my highs. The fact that you never felt like they were out of a game after what they did on Thursday. Because on Thursday we all said Thursday was opening day. Friday we talked about it.
Right.
But even during that game, Carey, we're like, oh, they're great. Same old Cardinals. Like we're all complaining.
Shame on you guys, really.
We're all complaining. But the thing is, we also helped them win, Jamie, because we kept complaining through the comeback. Yeah, that so we spurred them to victory is what we did. But they were never out of game, so that was the high for me. What about you?
The high for me is the fact that we have highs. Like, let's break it down for a second here. Who would have thought that?
That was good.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, every now and then you get one, right?
Every now and then.
Yeah.
Is right twice a day.
But who would have thought that after the opening weekend, we'd have so many great things to talk about? Gorman played well.
Yep.
Walker, incredible. Weatherholt, as promised.
Thank you, sir. Can I have another?
Was great. Liberatore did well.
Victor Scott
was
Herrera played catcher.
Yeah.
Looked pretty good, actually. Pages
threw somebody out. No, I thought Herrera
did.
did.
It was Pages.
No, it was Pages.
Oh, was it?
We went back. I was with Marcia. Yeah, I went back. I double checked.
Okay.
No. Well, you know what? It was Herrera.
Yeah.
So that to me is the ultimate high, is that there were so many positives, and the style of baseball that the Cardinals are playing, it looks like they've got complete buy-in. Victor Scott dropping down 2 bunts, stealing bags. Alec Burleson stole a base.
Yeah.
Like, whether the pitcher has a tell or not, like, that's aggressive baseball, because Burley loved him to death. St. Louis Star, soon to be Star. He doesn't chug around the bases at warp speed.
Now, what do you mean by that?
Well, he's not the fastest guy on the team.
Got it.
Anthony. Not the slowest, I don't think, but certainly not the fastest. You know, Carey, he's not...
Poso.
well, yeah.
Okay.
He got it. Pages maybe too. Not sure. But
either way.
He
stole a bit.
Sticking to the positives, Carey.
There you go.
Yeah. We haven't got to the lows yet.
I just found it to be exciting.
I agree.
I found it to be exciting to watch Cardinals baseball. Whenever they were out of it, they weren't out of it. Even in the final game where they ended up being out of it, Marshy brought up a great point in the obvious. They still put up 7 runs. Like, part of the low, we'll talk about that in a second here. But part of the high is that they're scoring runs like that, and I did not expect that.
If I had to pick out one high, I would go with Michael McGreevy having a no-hitter through 6 innings. I thought that was very impressive. And you guys have touched on a lot of the other highs that came from this weekend, but I was pretty impressed with the young starters for the Cardinals. I think we were all interested in seeing what that would look like. Another year out of Matthew Liberatore. I thought he worked out of some jams throughout that first game, and ultimately probably didn't give you the amount of innings that maybe you would have liked, but he weaved his way through that game, and I thought that was pretty impressive, especially for the first game of the season. And then what Michael McGreevy was able to do on Saturday, that was very impressive, and I wish he could have had the opportunity to try and get a no-hitter, but of course his pitch count was super high. We noted that earlier in the show, so that was one of the highs for me. Obviously, you get Dustin May's performance yesterday, but he's not one of the younger guys. Now we look to Kyle Leahy, and hopefully he can continue that trend for the young Cardinal pitchers, the starters, that is.
Right. Okay, so now you kind of just alluded to it. Carey, would you like to start us off on everybody's lows?
Listen, man, that bullpen, for me, brother, that was rough. Like, the bullpen was bad. The pitching, Dustin May had a rough day. They gave up 41 hits, man, in 3 games.
Is that it? Felt like more. I think
they gave up
Yandy
40.
Diaz had 40 of them.
It's like he couldn't not get a hit.
Yeah, he was pretty good. He had 5, I think, on Sunday. Like, the bullpen, for me, we are watching it implode. Like, we thought Thursday, we were like, okay, good game, bullpen, not great. That was bad. Roycroft, you had Burley, Brule, and I forget who the other one, Swanson came in.
Yes.
And they didn't have, a good stretch on Thursday. But it's one game. No, brother, I think this is who they are. And I do believe that it's so intriguing that the entire offseason, that is the only group of people we did not talk about.
Yeah.
Because we had no damn clue.
We didn't know.
We didn't know if it was going to be good. We didn't know if it was going to be really bad. It looks really bad, man.
Yeah.
Like that, if your offense is going to have to score 8 runs a night.
Seems hefty.
It's probably going to.
It's a lot to ask.
Your bullpen going to give up 6 or 7. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was excited about this weekend. I thought it was a really good weekend. I thought you saw some positive things. But I also had, some things that can cause for concern. Like, and the bullpen being the number one priority.
Chief among them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have anything else except for the bullpen.
Agreed.
I got one more.
Oh,
God damn it, I got
okay.
Okay.
If
If this damn player, listen, man, Marshy even said it. He was at the game, and when he saw it, he thought of who? Me. Because why in the hell do you not catch the ball, man? You're the damn catcher. Pedro, get your big ass in front of the ball and use your body and block it. Didn't Yachty teach him that? Did he not? I'm sure he had to teach him that.
I'm sure his coaches at every level taught him that.
Probably.
Get off of your one knee, get in the crouching position like old school catchers, and move your damn feet. You know what? Your feet move. They don't have to be cemented in the ground. Jamie, if you were a goalie, know you played it a time or two out of necessity.
That's
not
a good point.
You've done it. You slide across the crease, or do you just stick your glove out?
No, you try to get your belly button on the puck.
Because why?
Because that means you're right in the middle.
Your body is in front of it.
Properly. You have the right angle.
Jamie, you wouldn't just reach your damn glove over there, would you?
No.
Not every time.
No. Not unless like once every so often out of desperation.
Maybe.
But even then, I would try to shuffle over and just block the ball, Carey.
You've started 2 games. You got 2 pass balls already. And here's why it bothers me. Because now your pitching staff, they have to be perfect. There was a wild pitch thrown. I would have called it a pass ball. Damn it, because the piehead's behind there. I don't give a damn.
I'm with you.
I was going to say.
They called it a wild pitch. I'm like, dude.
It wasn't a wild pitch. He tried to backhand it instead of getting in front of the damn thing.
It was 2 wild pitches yesterday for the Cardinals. No pass balls.
It's ridiculous,
man. They recorded as wild pitches.
It's ridiculous.
You're Dustin May. You're protesting. Although you didn't pitch well either.
But I can't throw it all I want to, Anthony, because, my guy's not going to block the plate.
Right.
Yeah? I'm limited.
Yeah, got to throw it in the strike zone.
Yeah.
I have I guess it's a gripe, a low, whatever you want to call it. It's nothing to do with the bullpen, but I don't need to see Ramon Urias starting 2 of the 3 games. Like, I understand.
I'm with you.
I understand why they
did it. That's a Gold Glover. You bite your tongue.
No, I don't need to see him play. I want to see the kids play, man. I know he had a nice hit on Saturday, but I'm good. I'm good.
I'm with you, Marcy.
Once a series.
Maybe.
Once a series.
Maybe.
I mean,
I would have rather see Gorman go up against a lefty.
Yeah.
And play the whole game.
At some point, they should just let them all go here. Like, not to compare them to the Blues, but the Blues have said, screw it. The kids are playing every night.
Yep.
I don't care if we're 4 points out of a playoff spot now or 10 points out like we were a week ago.
Yep.
The kids are playing. And in this situation, Urias should be there in case of emergency or fatigue.
Agreed.
That's it.
Yeah. It was nice to see Gorman touch seats too.
It was.
That guy can still hit the ball, man. Oh my goodness.
That was a monstrous shot. I mean, that's what you have with him in the lineup.
Now his pinch hit effort there's a lot to be desired yesterday.
Pinch hitting is not as easy as people think, Andrew.
He hit the homer
He did hit the home run.
Coming off the bench,
It's a very important part of the game where that pinch hit and grounded out.
But. You haven't had a feel for the game at all. Like, it's a lot harder than it looks. In my experience, it was very.
So we talked to your experience. What Canadian league were you playing?
Yeah, coming off the bench.
This guy threw a no-hitter.
I did, actually.
8U, 9U, 10U?
Yeah, it's 13. 14.
That's good.
That's good, yeah.
Touching seats every game.
Sure. No.
Maybe behind home plate.
Yeah.
Foul tips.
Practice, something. Yeah. Sure. All right. It's a fast lane on 101 ESPN. We're going to talk about the young players next of the Blues here. Giving credit to the young players, but specifically, is it the uptick on defense? Can we attribute to the young players? We'll get into that next on 101 ESPN.
My friends over at Circus Sports got a lot of exciting things going on, especially springtime. NBA playoffs right around the corner, NHL playoffs right around the corner, NCAA finals right around the corner as well. Can't beat all the action that's going on in the sports world, so get to Circus Sports online. That's right. I would love for you to get to Vegas and go see my friends over at Circus Sports, but if that's not possible, get to the App Store or the Google Play Store. Download the Circus Sports app. It is the white logo. You click on that, and then you are ready to go. That's where it makes it legal in the state of Missouri on the white logo. And once you do that, you check out the futures bets. Like I said, a lot of championships coming up. Might be the time to slide in on a real good futures bet. They got tight money line splits, and they got the best odds of any app that is out there on a daily basis. All you have to do is check out the other apps, then check out Circa Sports, and you will see that I'm telling you the truth. They've got high betting limits, and they don't discourage people from winning. If you're winning, they keep you going. Some of these other sites, they limit you, they stop you, they block you. They don't want you to win. At Circa Sports, they want you to win and keep on winning. They love it when you do so. For any other information regarding Circa Sports, visit circasports.com. Again, that's circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals fall yesterday to the Tampa Bay Rays by a final score of 11-7, but they take 2 of 3 to start the 2026 season. They'll go up against the New York Mets tonight with Kyle Leahy on the mound. He'll face off against Clay Holmes. First pitch tonight from Busch at 6:45. The Blues take on the San Jose Sharks on Anthony Stalter's birthday. You can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 8. Puck drop is at 9. We're going to dive in to your St. Louis Blues next, talking about the young players and the uptick in defense. I'm Major Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
This is Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. So, Jamie, the Blues have been just remarkable of late, as we've talked about. I mean, they're going for 5 straight wins tonight after picking up their 4th straight win on Saturday. Great homestand, 5-1, 5 different goal scorers. Mm-hmm. The defense and the goaltending has been sensational. What specifically has changed, and who deserves the credit?
Yeah, so a weird thing has happened here. Most of the time when you go through a trade deadline, you move a couple of veteran pieces, your captain being one of them, and then one of your top 4 defensemen for the last X number of years. Apart from his first year here with the Blues, I think Justin Falk has been in the top 4 minutes, average minutes per game, his entire time. That's a lot to lose that. And you're replacing it with youth. Literally guys who've never played before. Theo Lindstein had never played an NHL game before. Mm-hmm. And now he's playing in your top 4. And then you add in, Stenberg had played, but limited roles. Berggren, nobody was playing big minutes. What's happened is everybody expected the team to take a dip defensively because got all these young players in the lineup, which means, there's going to be a lot of mistakes. But we're going to deal with the mistakes because we got to develop the young guys.
Yeah.
In theory, that's correct. But in reality, that hasn't happened. And I was talking to Monty the other night at the Puck Cancer game. We were laughing. Of course, Monty loves to laugh and have a good time.
Yep.
We're just talking about the vibe around the room. And he's like, he goes, kind of a great thing / weird thing's happened here is we're playing so much better defensively because of our young guys. And I was like, what do you mean? He says, they're paying so much attention to detail, to staying above the puck, being on the right side of the puck in all situations, blocking shots, and all that, because they want to play more. They want to stay in the NHL. They want to play here next year. And so what they're doing is sometimes they're sacrificing offense in order to play defense at a higher level. And if you look at their shots per game allowed, lower than they have been all season. They're leading the NHL since the Olympic break in goals against per game. I think it's 1.5 something.
Yeah.
It's incredible. That number's incredible. And then you take into the fact that there's blocking shots at a high rate. So what's happened here is they've tightened up defensively when they really shouldn't have. Like, who had Logan Mailloux playing over 20 minutes a game for 12 or 13 games straight now?
Right.
And your team being better defensively? Who had Theo Lindstein in the lineup for this whole time?
Besides Carey?
Well, besides Carey.
Yeah.
It's more of a rhetorical question.
I kind of know these things, though.
You do.
I'm a hockey
He's
insider.
told me all about it earlier at the event.
Yeah.
But we who had Theo Lindstein playing as well as he is? Like, who had Justin Holl, who hadn't played a game in the NHL all season long, coming up from Grand Rapids to play for the St. Louis Blues, and now he scores a goal against his old team, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and he looks like he's ready to play on a nightly basis. Matthew Kessel comes out of the press box and plays well when he plays. Like, everybody's buying into this concept, and it's working. And that's the beauty and the danger of it for other teams. The beauty of it for the Blues is you've got a team with serious momentum right now that believes they can win tight hockey games. They believe they can win playoff-type games. The danger for the other teams is that they believe they can win playoff-type games.
Right.
So Jim Montgomery, kind of put a bow on some of the things I'm saying. He was asked about the recent success and the young guys contributing and all the things that we just talked about. And here's what he said at morning skate.
I just think the energy's coming from the fact that the belief inside the dressing room from the players. You know, I think the young players feel like they belong. They know they're helping us win games. The veterans know that they're leading the right way. And, you know, we watched video of our last game, and, like, everybody's sacrificing for each other right now. Just if it's whoever it is turn to drive middle lane, they're driving middle lane. Whoever it is to stop and screen, we're stopping and screening. And the number one thing has been our commitment to being on the right side of pucks and how well we're checking.
Yeah, all those things.
Perfect.
And a great example the other night, Philip Broberg's goal, by the way, what a great goal. To have that pump fake, readjust, and get a shot on net. I mean, that takes a high level of skill.
Yeah.
But then who was in front of the net? Jimmy Snuggerud was below the goal line, kind of behind the net, and he zooms out to take away the eyes of the Leafs goaltender just as Broberg's shooting the puck. That puck finds the net easily because Jimmy Snuggerud, who's all of 180 pounds soaking wet, is getting to the front of the net and won't be denied. So I don't know ultimately what the outcome here is. I don't. 4 points seems like nothing, but it's a lot because some of these teams will play each other in the mix, which means they're guaranteed to get points along the way. I said it on the broadcast the other night. I've said it on these airwaves. The number one thing the Blues can do right now is just focus on each day.
Yep.
Like tonight, your only mission is to beat the San Jose Sharks. Don't worry about who beat who, the scoreboard. No, just win the game.
Amen.
Just keep winning and see where the chips fall.
And don't worry about how it'll make Anthony feel. Just play the game, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm excited
Right, it's a big game for you.
It is. Your birthday.
Anthony already got his birthday win.
What was that?
In the Gauntlet.
Oh, yeah.
But tonight's going to be a 5-0 Blues victory as well. It's going to match what I did to Noah.
That would be nice.
See what you did there. I think that when you start having confidence, when you start winning, and you start feeling like, excuse me, I get choked up thinking about it.
Absolutely.
You start feeling like we can actually do this. We can actually put this together. This is, I don't know why the hell they wait till after an all-star break, Olympic break, a Four Nations break to say, you know what, guys, we're actually not as bad as we've been playing. Why? I have an idea.
Turns out
why
we can
don't we play really well for these last 20, 25 games? It'll be amazing. It'll be really exciting. We might make the playoffs. You know what, guys, let's do it. And then they just go out here and they're the best team in hockey. And it's the strangest thing in the world because this is the team you expected it to be at the beginning of the season. Now, I'm sure that some of the guys have dealt with injuries and nagging things, and maybe you don't normally get healthier as the season, goes along, but some of these guys have gotten healthier, and they're playing that way. And I think you hit the nail on the head, the maturation of the younger players, the speed of the game. We've talked about this. When you're a young player, it at times feels like they got too many on the ice. Ref, you got to blow your whistle. They're cheating. There's too many people out here, and they're moving too dang on fast. And then as you get older or you play more games and you get more comfortable, like, oh, no, this is the right number of people. I can anticipate quicker than I did 2 months ago. That play that got by me, I didn't see it happening or I didn't know it was about to happen. Now I'm anticipating it, and I'm actually a step ahead of where I was, 6 weeks ago. So I think that that's what's happening, and they're playing much better. And listen, I mean, all of those things are outstanding. But if the two men that put on all that gear, Jamie, in the goal, if they don't stand up and play as well, like, those two men are playing outstanding, and they stunk the first month and a half, in my opinion. They were struggling, and now they're playing at a high level as well. So you're seeing the best version of the Blues,
which is wild,
and it's fun to watch.
When you look at the roster on a daily basis, and you're like, this right here, this is the best version of this team this year.
Right. So what?
I'm kind of happy, though, that in a weird way, I'm happy that this version with these young players, which will be the future of this team, I'm glad that this is the best version that we're seeing. Because if the team beforehand didn't stink, I don't know if these guys get the opportunity that they have right now. And they're grabbing it by the horns and they're running with it.
Yep. You're right. I mean, if the Blues are in a playoff spot at the trade deadline, you're probably not seeing a lot of this time for the young players.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right about that. Hey, let's light the lamp, shall we?
Oh, baby.
When a couple of guys can really shoot the puck.
Shooter! I must confess you scored first.
Well, who was the first person?
Breakaway! Shoots! Score! We got hockey to learn.
All right, so Jamie, I'm assuming you're in first place.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
Jamie with 35 points. Carey with 15. I have 9. And Anthony, you have 8.
Hey. This guy did not score last game. I called him and scolded him. Give me that Snuggie.
What?
Yeah. I said, hey, what the hell are you doing? Take a night off? But hey, kid, there's no nights off.
How about we try?
Yeah, how about you try a little bit more?
Good call on that.
I said, sorry, Mr. Rivers.
Carey.
Yeah, he blocked me.
Probably.
Give me Dylan Holloway.
That's a good call, too.
Yeah, it's a wise choice.
Yeah, he's playing pretty good.
Give me a hat trick. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If he scores 6 goals, do I get 20 points?
Yeah, you certainly do.
I'd say yes.
Huh.
Dylan.
Yeah. If he scores 9, I'll give you 50 points.
My man.
Hey.
See it happening.
But now it's in the bylaws.
There you go.
It is.
If it happens, it happens.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
Marsh?
I'm going to go with the guy that Anthony was making fun of earlier. Give me Cam Fowler.
I wasn't making fun of him.
Well, you weren't not.
I was saying that it's very unlikely that he was the answer to that question.
Well, he wasn't, Anthony.
And
it was
he wasn't.
Pavel Buchnevich, but
right.
But you picked him because no way in hell he's the answer because he's not playing well.
He's going to score a goal tonight, gentlemen.
Honestly, my methods like that have been very good.
Spot on,
One of the
actually.
first times that it did not work out. All right, I will take then. You got Holloway, you got Snuggie, you got Fowler. Give me Jordan Kyrou. We'll bet the board, and we will play Beat the Streak with our guy Chase next on 101 ESPN.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can get up to $300 back in bonus bets every day for 10 days. Here's how it works. Place any bet with FanDuel. Use your bet reset token, and if it doesn't win, you'll get up to $300 back in bonus bets every single day for 10 straight days. Maybe you want to look at the Blues on the money line. Maybe you feel like the Cardinals got some more magic in them. Whatever you want to do, you can do that. All you have to do is visit FanDuel.com/local to sign up today. That's FanDuel.com/local to get signed up. FanDuel, play your game. You must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire 7 days after receipt. Tokens are received in increments of 1 per day. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER.
streaking! I want to hit baseballs.
All of my successes depend on me.
You ready to hit?
The hits just keep on coming.
And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
This is Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Time to play Beat the Streak with our guy Chase. Now, Marsh, before we welcome on Chase, actually, how do we do on Thursday? That's the only time we played.
Yeah, Thursday we all received a hit except for Jamie. Ivan Herrera did not record a base hit in the first game of the season, so Jamie will be last. Unfortunately,
Sorry. Thanks for accentuating that.
Jamie will go last. Chase will go first.
Based on the rules, Jamie.
That's what we said. Jamie will go
last. Yeah.
Whatever, Marshy.
But Chase will go first. What's up, Chase?
What's going on, guys? How we doing?
We're doing great, man. Appreciate you joining us again. I know you're ready to rock here. So what is your selection for Beat the Streak?
Absolutely. First and foremost, happy birthday, Anthony.
Thank you.
Happy
birthday. I appreciate that, Chase. Thank you very much.
Hey, man, 29's never looked so good.
Dude, I appreciate you, man. 29, 30 next year.
Look at this guy's tan.
Yeah, thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, Chase.
And real quick, I also got my buddy Jacoby, his birthday's today, and my friend Kayla's birthday's today. So you guys all share a great birthday.
March 30th is a great birthday.
celebrating
Yeah,
birthday.
no doubt. Happy birthday to those guys as well. Definitely.
You know, I got to ride with the kid. I'm going to go J.J. Weatherhold again. Until he lets me down, I'm going to keep going with him.
I don't blame you, Chase.
All right, I am up next. I'm going to go with Alec Burleson. He has 6 at-bats against Clay Holmes, and he's batting .333 with 1 ribby. So give me Burley.
Okay. Is it on me?
Sure.
Give me Juan Soto.
Wow. He disgusted me.
He had a rough one yesterday. He was swinging at everything.
He went 2 for 3. 2 for 5.
With 1.5 hits RBIs and runs, too.
Carey, they're on to you.
He went 2 for 5 yesterday?
Yeah, he struck out 3 times.
I was about to say, the strikeouts were nasty if you saw him. I don't remember the 2 hits.
You're that guy, huh?
No.
2 for 5.
Actually, I am now. Yeah, he's a Met. What do I care? Go ahead, Jamie.
You like the Mets.
I'm last, remember?
Oh, that's right. worked out well.
Well, if you're not first, if you ain't first, which Jamie is in the, in Light the Lamp, you are last, which he is in Beat the Streak.
You know what? Give me Carey's guy. Give me Jordan Walker.
Damn you.
Give me Jordan
Not a
Walker.
bad pick.
Thank you.
Give me Herrera. I mean, he's going to run into something soon, right?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Definitely. All right, Chase. Have a good one. Go J.J. Weatherhold.
Gentlemen, real quick, can I say something? I have a buddy who's fighting a battle that's not going so well. He's a diehard Blues and Cardinals fan. His name's Frankie Fessler. If we could just get a little shout out to the Fessler family and wish them nothing but prayers and the best. But he's fighting a battle. He's got great spirits, but he's doing everything he can. But I just wanted to shout out Frankie Fessler just in case I don't get to talk to him again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out Frankie and your family, everybody. Yeah. We are thinking about you too.
No doubt. Yeah, from our Fastlane family.
Guys. I will 100% be talking to you tomorrow after JJ gets the hit.
There you go. We love it. All right, Chase. Be good, man.
Happy birthday, Anthony. Take care, guys.
Appreciate you. Thank you. We'll see you. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Yeah, don't know what's going on with that family, but certainly our thoughts go out to you. If Chase is bringing you up, and
did you guys talk about the puck cancer game today?
We're gonna get. So you guys are gonna get to it. I believe, Marsh, you're gonna get into that a little bit later on.
Just wanted to talk about that a little
Absolutely,
bit. Because,
yes.
Quite a night. It was quite a lot of good people, and it's always fun, Carey, too, to get together with like former teammates or guys you played against. And I've said this a number of times before, but everybody ends up being who they were on their team.
Yeah.
Like if you were the guy that everybody picks on, you're still the guy that everybody picks on. If you're the jokester, you're the jokester. If you're the guy with all the funny stories, you're still the guy with the funny stories.
Sure.
Like it's so on and so on. And it doesn't have to be just your former team. It's like players from other teams. Everybody seems to fall into the pecking order of what they actually were on whatever team they were on.
Right. That's awesome.
So it's funny. It's funny to see how like in the first 10 minutes, it all sorts itself out really quickly.
Yeah. I'm sure it's like that for any team. You get like some guys that get together after a while, and like you said, everybody's just have their roles.
I was trying to compare it to something, and I talked to one of Reed, Ashley's little guy, plays lacrosse. One of the lacrosse dads said, well, it's kind of like that with my fraternity brothers. He goes, for the 4 years that I was in the fraternity, he's like, anybody who was in that for that 4 years, it's kind of, you fall into your place.
Back to where they are.
Right back to where you were.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's a unique thing.
Definitely. All right. You want to do bet the board?
Yeah.
Let's do bet the board. Marshy's closing in here. He's got today and tomorrow.
It's over. There's no more time for anybody.
There's really not. But we're going to play the next 2 days out regardless. Now, Marsh, I believe you're the only one that won.
Yes, I was.
Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you like to know the standings?
Well, sure. Might as well.
Wonder who picked my bet on Friday.
What'd you have?
Jamie had a hunch.
What was it, Makar? What was his name?
Matt Kuchar.
Matt Kuchar. How'd he do? What'd he finish?
56th, I think.
Oh, that's not too bad. He made the cut?
Yeah.
That's good.
That's really nice, Carey. It's nice of you to pick me up when I'm not there, Carey.
It won't happen. You know what? For at least a month. If you're out, I got you.
You know what's...
right.
You know, it's funny. We had the home run derby game earlier. Marsh and I looked at each other. We're like, you know what? Let's give Carey Jordan Walker, and let's give Jamie Nolan Gorman. So
solid
that's what you guys got tonight.
Appreciate it.
No problem. No problem.
All right, Marshy, what you got?
All right, I'm going to do a parlay today. Well, let me give you the standings real quick because I know today is the last day to do a parlay. Anthony, you have 10 points. Jamie, you have 10 points. Oh, wait a minute. It's not. Jamie.
Why'd you say anything, man? It's 31 days in March.
Jamie.
Brother.
Wow.
Guys, as I said it, I tried to stop.
You really did.
I'm like, that's it.
No, it's not.
The best part is you're looking at me and I'm like, I wanted to. No, good call, Jamie. Thanks for reminding me.
Shouldn't change your strategy. If you're that passionate about a parlay, you should
I thought the final day of the month, I thought it was Anthony's birthday, so we were celebrating the final day of the month.
I
forgot that there's 31 days in March.
Is the final birthday
of our birthday
month.
That's right.
Not ever. Let's hope not.
Come on, man.
Yeah. You got young kids. Let's hope not.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Marsha, go ahead with your parlay.
All right. So I'm actually going to do one pick today. Give me Kyle Leahy to record 14 and a half outs. So I just need him to go 5 innings tonight. And that's at minus 145.
Dang it. Are Jamie and I tied? Or?
You guys are tied.
Go first because I suck right now. I just screwed everything
So do
up.
I.
No, I just blew that.
Oh, with that. Yeah. You know what, Jamie? You're forgiven. You've done a lot of good today. Give me the Blues on the money line.
I like where your head's at, Anthony.
Thank you. Give me the Blues.
On his birthday.
Minus 105.
His team.
Anthony, we don't need that. You've lost 5 in a row.
But not tonight.
No, it is your birthday. You're right.
That's right. All right.
Birthday.
Give me the
Happy birthday,
over in the Flames Avalanche game. It's 1.5, and it's at minus 140.
All right, there you have it.
Boy, I don't get a pick. I know I'm out of
Crap.
it. Jeez Louise.
He's really mean.
Crap.
Wow. I mean, I understand that I have no.
It's not that your pick doesn't matter.
I mean, that's essentially what he just told me.
It absolutely
That's essentially what he just told me. All right, that'll wrap it up. What the hell?
Carey, you matter.
That'll do it. I'm out of here.
What is your pick,
You
please?
know what? Because of that, goodbye.
Okay.
This is your last segment.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
Give me
guys.
Yandy Diaz, 1.5 hits, runs, RBI.
That's for Chase from last week.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Chase almost demanded it of you.
There you go.
So
He did.
All right, good stuff. All right, biggest question of the day next in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
Selling your house can be very stressful, whether it's a time of year or the price on your home. There's lots of things that we just don't understand sometimes. Let's make it easy. Call Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty. So many people recently have been selling their homes quickly. Our guy Lance, who works here at the radio station, listed his home with Gloria Lou. 2 days later, he had an accepted offer. They got to the closing table. Gloria Lou got him the most money possible for his home and sold it super quickly. If you're looking for a home as well, Gloria Lou can help there too. There was a couple recently, 2 years looking for their dream home. Well, little did they know that Gloria Lou has all these houses ready for marketing and all that. She found them a home, again, within a couple of days, and they found their dream home after looking for 2 years. And all they had to do was call Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty. So please take the time. If you're selling a home or you're looking to purchase a home, Gloria Lou should be your first call. But tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her phone number is 314-325-6888. Again, that's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh. Anthony had to dip out. It's got some things going on tonight, so we've got you the rest of the way until 6 o'clock. It is time for biggest question of the day. Marshy?
All right. Well, this is a simple one. There was a lot of different games that happened throughout the weekend. We had a Blues game, multiple Cardinal games. We had some Final Four games. Heck, if you even want to talk about the NCAA hockey games that occurred over the weekend.
Bet you do.
We talked about that earlier. I'm very fired up. However, for you guys, what was your biggest takeaway from this weekend in terms of whatever game that you watched? So it could be a Blues game for you, Jamie.
Yeah.
Carey, if you want to talk about the Illini and their Final Four appearance, what was the biggest takeaway this weekend for you guys? A very entertaining weekend.
Well, one would think automatically that the Blues drubbing the Maple Leafs 5-1 here on home ice would be the biggest takeaway. That they're still in a playoff hunt, that they reinserted themselves into the discussion. That's not my biggest takeaway, though. My biggest takeaway is these Cardinals guys, they don't suck. They're good.
Yeah.
Like, they're fun to watch. Like, I don't know what it's going to look like for 162 games.
They might stink tonight.
They might stink tonight. They might stink tomorrow night. Who knows? But what I saw on the weekend was fun. I enjoyed, even when they got drubbed in the third game, they put up 7 runs. They made it interesting. So for me, my biggest takeaway is that this Cardinals team, I don't know what the end result is for where they end up in the standings and wins and losses. And I think they're going to be a fun team to watch.
They are. They were. There was a good weekend. Obviously, the Sunday game wasn't, as fun. It still had some moments they lost the game, but it was a really good weekend. The Illini was outstanding, man. For me, that was. This is a team that I've been talking about all year. I've said that I felt that this was the best version of Illinois basketball that I've watched since they made it to the national championship in 2005. They played in that Final Four here in St. Louis, beat Arizona, lost a close game to North Carolina. And for me, this version of Illinois basketball is the best that I've seen since then. And I'm excited, man. I'm really excited because I'm really looking forward to the opportunity for them to hopefully go win a national championship. You got to win one game and then hopefully win the next one. But that to me was fun.
So the team that they're going to play is the UConn Huskies.
Yeah.
The way that they made it to the Final Four was just absolutely bonkers. What did you make of that game, that Elite Eight game between UConn and Duke?
I'll let you guys talk about that. I just have to address one thing that I saw that I'm still kind of confused. Their coach,
Dan Hurley.
Danny Hurley, goes over and goes forehead to forehead with the referee.
I saw that.
Yeah. I don't know I don't know if it was right after the shot. I only saw that part. I don't know when it was, but I don't think it was an intimidation. I think Dan Hurley is just an energetic guy, and he's kind of like,
Carey, let me just.
I'm only giving you my perspective. I don't think,
Let's play a game.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Marshy, let's play a game. Would you like to play a game?
Not that game.
Yeah. So you're walking down the hallway here. You're doing your job. No, you're fine, right? You just did something here. Maybe you frustrated, something didn't go the right way. You walk out in the hallway, and somebody else, all fired up, comes up and puts their forehead on your forehead. You're okay with that?
Probably not.
No.
Depending on what day it is.
Oh. Let's just say, I don't know, today. Someone goes forehead to forehead with you.
Wait a minute,
But you think but he's just an energetic guy.
Just happy, man. Happy guy.
I just thought that should have been, at least it should have been called a foul, thrown him out of the game.
Could you imagine, though?
If he got a technical foul in that moment,
there's still time left.
Then North Carolina, Duke shoots the two free throws. That was...
Headbutt is strong,
yeah, I think it was more like
but he still made contact, and he was trying to intimidate the ref.
For what, though?
I don't know, but but the problem is this dude has a pattern. He's got a history of erratic behavior.
Yes, he does.
And so when I saw that, I'm like,
I didn't take it as so much. Your team just
had a massive win here, or they're in the process of winning.
I didn't take it so much as an intimidation. I'm trying to find the right word. Intimidation thing. I took it as he was just overly excited, and I think people look at him and say he's kind of squirrely. He's
so Carey, Mike Tomlin, okay, goes over
I'm
the
not
referee.
Saying if the referee
puts his forehead to forehead with the ref.
If the referee would have called a tech or would have given some type of disciplinary action, it would have been warranted. But I think the referee understood, A, who he's dealing with, and B,
but that doesn't
the
excuse
moment.
the behavior.
But you would have to ask the ref that.
So did Charles Manson, let's say, right?
How did we get to
pick your serial killer, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Charles Manson.
Jeffrey Dahmer. We know what kind of a person is. So the fact that he just ate that guy on 2 blocks down the street, we're okay with that.
I think that's different.
But we know his behavior, Carey.
I and the fast lane are not comparing Danny Hurley and Charles Manson in any form or fashion.
I didn't compare them.
Just saying.
I just tried to use a comparable.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know.
Either way, I thought it was out of line. I thought there should have been more than what.
It's weird.
But nonetheless, huge win for you.
Yeah, what a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a kid went 1 for 5 on the day at the 3-point line, if I'm not mistaken. Biggest shot of his life, the freshman.
Somebody needs to ask the referee, what was that about?
You see that, right? Like,
yeah, I saw it.
It
I
looks
saw it
bad,
earlier.
Carey.
It looks weird.
He walks over on purpose to get in the referee's face.
Now, if he does that and says, "Let's go,"
and he's got one shoulder off his suit, he looks disheveled.
His coat was
like
pulled
he's gonna,
off.
like
It looked like he might be a little
out there.
Off.
Yeah.
And maybe it was an intimidation thing. Maybe that ref was giving them a hard time, and he's looking at him like, look what we just did.
That's crazy.
It is.
That's crazy.
But if I would assume that the referee, as professional as he was in that moment, did not want whatever personal beef or issue that may or may not have taken place in that moment to be the defining moment of that game. Now, with that being said,
excusing that behavior.
I'm not excusing it.
Your son
with that, what
goes up
I'm
to a
saying,
referee and puts his
what
forehead
I'm
out.
saying is in that moment, if the referee would have called a tech, it would have been well warranted, and then we'd be talking about, you know, what kind of donkey that Dan Hurley is.
He's a donkey anyways.
Yeah.
Why would you even risk it? Why would you even risk it? By the way, Lisa chimes in, says, Dahmer and Manson on my sports show. LOL.
Lisa's sports show.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was a terrible. It was a bad decision by Duke. Like you had.
Well, did you see the video that I sent you guys this morning? We sort of talked about that earlier in the show.
You didn't even have to throw it ahead. It wasn't going to be a 10-second call. You could have held the ball and forced them to foul you. You didn't have to be in such a rush to do anything other than get it to your best free throw shooter and hold on to the ball. Whoever that player is, you get him the ball and you say hold it until they foul you.
Yeah.
That's all that happens. And then
If anybody,
you hit both of them.
anybody but you brings
game
this
over.
ball back to me.
It's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a problem.
How do you think Illinois matches up against UConn?
Didn't they play earlier this year?
They did.
It didn't go well, right?
It was, I forget what the point total was or what the loss was. I think it was I don't think it was 10-point loss, but it was at a neutral site. I don't think it was in Stores, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't in Champaign. But they did lose to them. They also had the moment a couple of years ago where they went on a 30-0 run. UConn did, and beat my Fighting Illini. So there's that as well.
Illinois is the favorite in this game, though.
I'm okay with it. We lost by 13. So, but it was earlier this year.
Illinois favorite? They are 2.5.
I think that this team, I think both teams where they are right now in comparison to where they were, that was 6, 7, 8 games into the season for both those teams. Where they are now, I like the Illini. I like the pace that they're playing with, and I like how they defend. If nothing else, they're defending much better in this tournament than they did in the Big Ten tournament, that they did, down the stretch of the Big Ten season. They're defending, playing really good defense and rebounding really well. And Keaton Wagler is being the best player on the court, whether it's scoring, whether it's, finding his players, contributing in whatever way he can. He's doing what he needs to do for this team to win. And Mirkovic is a dog, so I'm excited.
Gonna be fun.
ILL.
All right, we got the Sports Six-Pack coming up, Marcy. I believe that's what's written down here in the documents. So text in 314-399-9646. That is the Air Comfort Service text line. Round 1 of the Sports Six-Pack next, right here on 101 ESPN. Carey, I was out in my yard yesterday doing some work, trying to get everything ready for summertime, and lo and behold, I saw a little mole. Saw him crawling under the ground. Tried to get him. Too late. Couldn't get there in time. Then there were ants around the pool. Then there were bees flying around. I thought to myself, thank goodness I've got Amco Ranger coming out on Tuesday. They will be at the Rivers House tomorrow morning to check things out because they know that this time of year, once the weather warms up, all of the bugs, the pests are out, and they're making lots of noise. So if you got mosquitoes, ticks, mice, anything like that, moles, bees, ants, my friends at Amco Ranger are going to help you out. They are an A+ BBB rated business. All of the employees are really well trained. They're licensed and there's background checks. So you're getting a quality individual every single time they come to your house. And I can't wait. I can't wait to get them out to the house and help me with all of my pest problems. And they'll do the same for you. They have been in the business for a really long time. And it's family owned and operated. Just a great bunch of people over at Amco Ranger. They service the entire St. Louis and St. Charles area, so no excuse not to call them. When you call them, tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. Their number, 636-441-2847. That's 636-441-2847. Or you can always visit amcoranger.com.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Welcome back here to the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh. Time for part one of the Sports Six-Pack.
Question number one.
All right, I wanted to get to the Air Comfort Service text line, but before we do, I know you wanted to touch on the puck cancer game, Jamie. Obviously, you were there. We were there on Friday before the festivities started. What did you make of the event on Friday night?
Yeah, it's just awesome. It really is. So many people showed up to support the fight against cancer. It was a tough night. It was a lot of fun, but it's a tough night too. You see people that are affected by this terrible disease, and our very own Kelly Chase, who, I mean, he has been in a battle now for a number of years, and he continues to battle, and he continues to show up and be a part of these events and make sure that his presence is there and that he's able to speak to people about what's going on and how they can raise money and where they can go. And it really is impressive. And, it says a lot about this city and the hockey community. Everybody, actually, it shouldn't just be the hockey community, but the city showing up to support. That was the third puck cancer game and was filled up in there. People were cheering, having a good time, donating money, being a part of all of the festivities. It was really cool to be a part of that once again. And just a huge high five to all the people who showed up.
Question number 2.
All right, to the 314. With the Blues' recent run, the playoffs still seemed like a long shot. With that being said, what is better for this franchise? Is it to secure a higher draft pick to set them up better for the future, or making the playoffs to likely get bounced in the first round against the Colorado Avalanche?
Well, I don't like that attitude at all. I mean, once you're in, Carey, you never know.
Anything can happen once you get in there.
Do you think that this team, the way that they're playing right now, could take the Avalanche to the brink? I'm not going to say that they could beat the Avalanche by any means, but do you think they could give them a series like they gave the Jets a series last year?
Yeah, maybe. A lot of it will come down to goaltending, and this goes back to the question I asked you guys a couple weeks ago. The Blues start the playoffs tomorrow. What goal are you going with?
I think I'm still going with Joel Hofer.
I'm just saying, though.
I'm going with Hofer, and then...
But you look at Binnington's track record against the Avs. He's a monster.
He's a heck of a player, heck of a goaltender to go to if you need him.
I understand.
I was watching something or listening to something the other day, and they were talking about the Avs, and Landeskog took a puck in a bad spot. Had a quick surgery.
Right in the Hoiner.
Yeah, to fix it. Sounds painful, man. 96 power. Slap shot.
Yeah. Doesn't feel good, Carey.
I'm okay, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'll pass. Yeah, just quick surgery. Quick surgery? Hockey players, man.
Let's tighten that up a little bit,
Always during March Madness.
But, I don't know where this goes for the Blues. I don't. It's going to be, as much as they're only 4 points back, which means they win 2 games right there. Everybody else has to keep losing as well.
They're trying.
That will be difficult because
the other teams are trying to lose.
number of teams play each other. The Predators and the Kings play each other twice before the end of the season. And I haven't even looked up all the other teams, but there's a lot of cross-pollination there where it's the road to the playoffs will be difficult. But if you're the Blues and you can put together a nice run here of maybe another 4 or 5 wins out of your next 6 or 7 games, certainly puts the pressure on.
Hey, question number 3.
All right, Carey, this one's for you from a 314. If Illinois wins, are you going to Indy? The 314 is a Michigan fan, and they're thinking about going.
I definitely have looked into the tickets, but if I go, I want to go Saturday and Monday. But I don't know with my schedule. I got some things happening if I can make it on Saturday. I definitely would love to check it out. If I'm not here Monday, you know why? I'm probably.
If they make it, I don't want you here Monday.
I know, man. I would love to be. I was at the Final Four both games when they made it I was going to say a few years ago. 21 years ago now.
Feels like yesterday.
Feels like yesterday, man, watching those guys play. So I was at both games, which was an exciting moment. Again, it was here in St. Louis, but Indianapolis is about a 4-hour drive, man. So
it really is easy.
It is an easy drive, right up 70.
Yep.
So
70. Straight shot, Andrew.
Straight shot. Yeah.
There is a campaign, if I'm not mistaken, to get T-Bone.
To get me there?
No, not you, but maybe we involve you as well. I think there's a campaign
you and T-Bone, you guys rent a car together. What are those little cars, those little wee ones?
Smart car?
No. Yeah, maybe a smart car.
The little ones, 2-door?
Yeah. You and T-Bone in a smart car, 4 hours to Indy together.
Is it the car where the hamsters were dancing?
I don't
think about that one?
No, that's the different one.
I don't
what
want
I'm
to
talking
get in
about
that
literally
car.
looks like it's like a half a car.
Yeah, I don't want not on the highway.
I'd be fine.
Wind blowing, no trees in that terrain to block anything. My car might blow over.
Just don't drive too fast. Don't think it's a problem.
Might have to.
I would love to see you and T-Bone
We probably won't have to.
roll up in that thing. But we're going to find one where the doors open up sideways. Lamborghini style.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Be awesome. All right, we got more Sports Six Pack coming up. So if you have any questions, Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646. More coming up next here on 101. The month of March almost over. Why is that important? Because my friends over at Pure Performance have a great March special going on. As you know, they deal with all tires. Any make, model of vehicle that you are driving around right now, Pure Performance carries the tire, supplies wheels, all of that. So right now, in the month of March, not much time left. When you purchase a set of wheels and tires, you will get free sensors and free installation. It's a great deal, but again, you got 1 day left to take advantage of it. So head over to their 25,000 square foot facility right there in St. Peters. Take the Cave Springs Boulevard exit. Can't miss it, down on the left-hand side. Please walk in. Ask for Shelby. Tell her that Jamie Rivers sent you in. She loves hearing that. Then she's going to ask you what's going on. If it's the tires and wheels that you're looking to replace, she'll take care of that. Or they also have the best aftermarket modifications in the area. Any accessories that you're looking for any vehicle that is on the road currently, Pure Performance will take great care of you. Technicians are awesome, and don't forget they have a full-service garage, so if there's anything else that your car needs while you're there, they can take great care of it. So please stop by, see Shelby, or at least stop by online. Visit them at pureperformance.com. That's pure, P-U-R, performance.com.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals take on the Mets after taking 2 of 3 against the Rays over the weekend. Kyle Leahy will start tonight for the Cardinals. He'll go up against Clay Holmes of those New York Mets. And the first pitch tonight from Busch is at 6:45. Tonight, we have the Blues and the Sharks right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame for that one starts at 8 o'clock. Puck drop is at 9. If you have missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our shows and all of our interviews. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We have part 2 of our Sports Six-Pack coming up next, so get your questions in to the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. We will answer your questions next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Welcome back inside the Fast Lane. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh, part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack. Go!
Question number 4.
All right, from the 636, if you can only choose one, would you rather have Jordan Walker have a 265/25/80 season, so he bats 265, 25 home runs, 80 RBIs, or Weatherholt win Rookie of the Year, the other player, you roll the dice on their season? Which one would you choose?
I mean, I'd probably say Jordan Walker, just because if Weatherholt doesn't win Rookie of the Year, doesn't mean he still doesn't finish second or third and still have a very good year. And plus, I think we are or were approaching the conversation of maybe not seeing much of Jordan Walker if he didn't or does not continue to perform well. So I think when you're on your last, I don't know if it's his last opportunity, but it seems as though people feel as though it could be or could have been his last opportunity. So I would say Jordan Walker.
Yeah, I think that's the only answer, quite honestly. As much as I would love to see J.J. Weatherholt win Rookie of the Year, the fact that maybe he doesn't win it doesn't mean he doesn't have a great season. And if this Cardinals team is going to go into the direction to which they've talked about, Jordan Walker has to have a good season. He has to turn. This is when he has to start showing what he can do. That first 3 games was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Really happy for the kid. Made some nice catches in the field. Run the bases really good. He got in on the game-winning one where Weatherholt had the walk-off there. He ripped around the bases. A big ding-dong Johnson. So I think that's the best-case scenario, is that Jordan Walker has a season like that, and then J.J. Weatherholt, he's just going to keep getting better anyways. That way, then you've got more than one player playing well, Carey.
Agreed.
Question number 5.
From the 618, why does the UFL start this time of year? Same exact time as Major League Baseball in the final stretch of the NHL and NBA season. This texter doesn't mention this, but I'll also throw in March Madness as well.
Yeah.
You have the Sweet 16, Elite 8, and of course you have the Final 4 coming up as well. But why don't they start right after the Super Bowl like the XFL did? Plus the weather wouldn't be as nice then and more people would be inside. Seems like bad management to me.
I mean, I don't know. I think if you're having, in some places, you've had attendance problems. You might have more attendance problems if you're playing in February and it's still cold outside. I have no real answer for why they don't play it now or don't play it right after the Super Bowl. I think that's just how they are and where they are. And I'm sure there are some reasons behind it. But I do agree, you are competing with a lot of other events. But at the same time, you're still going to be competing with, you'll be competing with Winter Olympics. You'll be competing with not baseball, but hockey that is if they're not in the Winter Olympics. You'll be competing with basketball that is in the middle of it. You're never going to find the perfect time for the UFL to play football and people be, in agreement with it. It's kind of like the lead up to.
Yeah. What about July?
The perfect time, I was going to say, right around like the MLB All-Star break. That'd be the perfect time because the only thing going at that point is Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
And some of the games aren't compelling because half the league might be not even in a pennant race. So
I think, though,
it'd be hot.
The problem, and I think that could be a good time, but for the players that are ultimately trying to get to the next level, which would be the NFL, you would go straight into training camp and you would play another full season.
I would say that matters not because when
you get signed, hey,
NFL Europe was literally it would be right
year round almost.
Yeah, I had a friend do it. It finished the regular season and the playoffs and went straight to NFL Europe. Played an entire offseason there, and by the time played an entire season there, and by the time that ended, it was time for training camp to start back for the NFL. So it was like 18 months of nonstop football for him, and he was like, "Man, I'm tired." So
yeah, I'd be sore and tired.
It's not. There's no window for a break, even if you do it at that time. So.
I think the right answer is like the XFL did. You deal with mid-season hockey. You deal with mid-season basketball. You're not afraid of those. You shouldn't be. Playoff basketball, playoff hockey, March Madness, all of that. Way more eyeballs on that. I would say you go earlier in the year, get your games in, and then maybe your championship game falls right before all of this craziness starts. But they don't do that. They don't listen to us. So, good luck, guys.
Question number 6.
All right, Jamie, this one's for you. 573. Thoughts on Torts replacing Cassidy as the Vegas Golden Knights head coach?
Yeah, I mean, time will tell, but I just don't like it. If what people say is true, that Bruce Cassidy's a guy that 2-3 years in a row, you have him, like he wears on you. Whereas, like Ken Hitchcock used to wear on guys because he was very demanding, not very forgiving, and wasn't always great with his deliveries. Like he was a tough coach to play for, which, hey, some guys loved it, some guys hated it. But if Bruce Cassidy is that guy, and all you've done now is you've basically added gas to the fire. You got John Tortorella in there who all his reputation is being abrasive and tough on players. So I don't know. Maybe it's ownership's way. Maybe the veteran players went into management and said, "Hey, this guy's wearing on us. He's too hard on us. Blah blah blah." And then management said, "Oh, okay, all right, we hear you. Great, okay, good. Well, good luck with this guy then." And maybe this is the ultimate test for these guys. So we'll see. I'm not a fan of ever firing a coach with only like 8 to 10 games left in the season. Seems like an odd time, especially when the team's in a playoff spot right now. But we'll see. I mean, torts is torts.
Hopefully it works out.
We got one more. Is that it?
That's 6.
We got to 6.
We got to 6.
Yeah, Carey, good
Look at
work,
us.
buddy. All right. Well, that'll do it for the Sports Six-Pack. Man, we're going to wrap up the show here coming up, Carey. Man, we got what we learned, 3 stars of the day, probably some other shenanigans. Coming up here after the break on 101 ES what?
Definitely not the SH word I thought you were going to say.
No, yeah, it's different. Very different. Could be that, too. Could be full of shenanigans.
Yeah.
Okay? Just don't know. You just don't know. All that and more next on 101 ESPN.
Baseball fans, FanDuel is giving you a chance to call your shot with daily dingers. Join the action. Joining the action is easy. Just make your free pick on who's hitting a home run in their game. And if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a chance at extra winnings. It's just another reason why FanDuel is the home of home runs, and we were talking about it earlier. Maybe you like the Cardinals. Nolan Gorman went yard a couple of days ago. Maybe you like Jordan Walker. Maybe you take a flyer on Mason Wynn. Whichever Cardinal you like, choose them, and then head over to FanDuel FanDuel.com/local to opt in for Daily Dingers to make your free pick on who's hitting a home run. FanDuel, official partner of the MLB. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
With over 2 decades of family ownership and operation, E&B Granite is St. Louis's trusted name when it comes time to renovate your kitchen, your bathroom, or an outdoor living space. E&B Granite offers an extensive selection of custom countertops, cabinets, and flooring that cater to diverse tastes. The variety of colors, patterns, and styles are guaranteed to bring new life into your living spaces. Please get down there to the showroom, 6135 Manchester Avenue. That's what I did. And I worked alongside the in-house design staff when they remodeled my kitchen. It really was a pleasure working with E&B Granite. They have almost all the countertops are there on site, so you get to actually see what it looks like. The backsplash is there, the cabinets, the flooring. First thing they do is they ask you your budget, and they respect your budget, and then they maximize your budget for you, and you end up super, super happy with everything at the end of it. The technicians are fantastic at what they do. Just an amazing experience overall using E&B Granite. So please, again, if you're renovating kitchen, bathroom, or an outdoor space, call, book an appointment with an in-house design staff member. That number is 314-645-9300. Again, 314-645-9300, or you can always visit enbgranite.com. back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN. Had a great day of content here on a Monday. Great stuff going on with St. Louis sports. The Blues are winning. The Cardinals have a great series. Battlehawks won. Caw-caw! Again, tonight the Blues play the Sharks. Pre-game starts at 8 p.m. here on 101 ESPN. Puck drop at 9. Guys, what are we expecting from this Blues team tonight? They got the Sharks. They beat them here just last week, but not back-to-back, but close quarter games here. What are we expecting?
I expect them to continue to play hard, play sound, play really good defensively. I expect goaltending to continue to be at an elite level as it has been, and I expect Dylan Holloway to score 6 goals.
It'd be nice.
You know what I mean?
Marcy, what's your take? Because the last time they played the Sharks, I don't know if Macklin Celebrini was tired or the Blues just nullified him completely. He did not have a great game, so I imagine he's going to be playing inspired.
Oh, I would think so. I think this is going to be a tight game, regardless of what we witnessed over the weekend between the Blues and the Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs aren't that great of a team, and really the Sharks are about to be jumped by the Blues, so I wonder if that wakes them up because they were in the mix for a playoff spot with a young team and an opportunity for one of the best players in the league. Even though he is super young, he is still one of the best players in the NHL. For them to have an opportunity to go to the playoffs. So as we talk about the Blues fighting for a chance to get to the playoffs, the Sharks are still in the same boat. They want to get to the playoffs as well. I expect this to be a tight game tonight, but I expect a lot of what we have seen recently from the Blues to continue because when you start playing with confidence, everything is just going for you. The bounces. We were talking earlier, Anthony and I, about the bounces that the Blues are getting now versus what they weren't getting at the beginning of the season. And for me, I think you create your own bounces. The Blues are working harder right now than I think they did earlier in the year. That's not really a shocker, not a huge statement to say, but they are creating their own luck. They're getting those bounces. They're having their goaltending just play unbelievable, and I think that continues tonight. I don't know what happens in terms of the score, but I think it'll be an entertaining game nonetheless.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a test. You know, you just coming off a huge homestand, 3 wins in a row. Now you hit the road again, and you know you're on the road for a while here.
And they've had the Sharks numbered.
They have.
As of recently.
They have as of recently. So we'll see. Again, to me, the mentality is as cliche as it is one game at a time. That's literally, you can only play one game at a time.
Yeah.
So worry about the one that's lying right in front of you. And hopefully the Blues do damage tonight. Our Cardinals got the Mets. This is going to be a serious test. The Rays are a fine team. I don't know what to expect out of them ultimately this year. Cardinals win that series. But tonight they've got the Mets. Leahy, this is his first actual start in the rotation for the Cardinals. I mean, what do you guys think?
I have no clue. I think the Rays kind of have some of the same systematic issues that the Cardinals have, bullpen issues. And so I think I agree this is going to be a really good test for the Cardinals tonight, seeing if they are able to continue the success that they had with the lineup. They performed really well over the weekend. They did an outstanding job. The pitching, hopefully, some of those things get corrected because that was tough to watch. The bullpen specifically.
The bullpen was tough, man.
But the lineup was fun, man. It was all 3 games. Like even though you lost the last game, all 3 games were really exciting because you saw the potential of this lineup to not just be down and out, find a way to get back into games and found a way to win the first 2. Didn't have enough Sunday, but I'm excited about where they are right now.
Yeah, the Mets 2-1 to start the year. They took on a Pirates team who a decent amount of people are high on this year. We'll see about that, but they outscored the Pirates 18-13 over the weekend. And we talk about the Cardinals' offense. The Cardinals actually head into this game with a -1 run differential, if you can believe that. It just seemed like the way the offense was playing, you'd think it'd be in that plus territory, but that just goes to show how bad the pitching was over the weekend, and the offense was able to overcome that in 2 of the 3 games. So we shall see. I think the Mets have a better lineup than the Rays, and hopefully Kyle Leahy can go the distance tonight, and so we don't really have to watch the bullpen tonight.
I think that's where we're at, right?
I don't want to see. There's a few guys.
You don't watch.
No, I think I've seen enough, Gary.
Really?
There's a few guys where I'm like, all right, I liked what Soriano did yesterday. Carey, I know you didn't really like what Brule provided us on Thursday, but he bounced back yesterday. I thought he had a good outing, but there's a few other dudes.
Roycroft?
Not him, no.
I was talking about Roycroft can play in the majors anymore.
Who?
Roycroft.
You don't think?
Swanson was
He had a
not
bad...
good.
He was not great last year either.
No, he
wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so I'm just like... if you're seeing the same thing he showed you before, that's probably maybe what he is now. But the Cardinals, I don't know what they have in the pipeline for, the bullpen. They're going to have to figure it out, though, because when you score 7 runs, you should win the damn baseball game.
You should.
I agree.
You should win a baseball game. And what concerns me a little bit about this team right now is they don't have a lot of guys that pitch deep into games. The Cardinals don't. Leahy is unproven. He's a bullpen arm that you turned into a starter, so we'll see. He's probably a 4 or 5 and dive, I would imagine, especially early in the season.
I hope not. I hope he gives at least 6 innings tonight, bare minimum.
I hope so, but let's talk turkey here. He's not a guy that's pitched a lot of innings, so we'll see how built up he is. We'll see what it looks like, the velocity, the velo, as they say. We'll see what that is.
Why do they say it like that?
I don't know. They just do. The velo. It's like nerds trying to sound cool. The velo. But yeah, that bullpen has been not great. So we'll see. Anyways, Cardinals, Blues, both with big games tonight. Again, catch the Blues here on 101 ESPN. Starting at 8 o'clock, the pregame puck drop at 9. It is time for What We Learned. Carey, what'd you learn today?
I learned that my brothers in the fast lane, they got my back, man. Really good dudes, man. If I got an issue or things are happening in life, man, my brothers got me. And I appreciate it. You should too, St. Louis.
This is true. Marcy, what'd you learn?
We didn't talk about this today on the show, but Radko Gudas, who's he's the he's the guy that took out Austin Matthews. He will be in the lineup tonight against the Maple Leafs, and I'm pretty sure he's banged up right now.
He's got a bad foot.
He's got a bad foot, and he is going to be in the lineup because he knows that he has to answer the bell. And if that doesn't spell out hockey player to me, I don't know what does.
Yeah, Radko Gudas is a tough dude, and he knows that he's got to pay the piper tonight. So he's like, you know what? I'm not going to take the night off. I'll go right into enemy territory. Let's get it on, as Mills Lane used to say. I learned today that although some things, the microphones and some of the things might fall apart and things around here, the doors are solid around here at Hubbard Radio. They did not skimp on doors. And I'm very fortunate to have a great door for my office. Still 100% intact, too. It's weird. Marcy, 3 stars.
Of course.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 stars of the day, presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book, now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
All right, our 3rd star of the day is going to go out to Noah, our Gauntlet contestant. The spin rate that he had. The spin rate that he had for Anthony. Of course, he said letting Anthony win because it is his birthday. 2nd star of the day goes out to Carey, the Illini, and the little car that him and T-Bone will be in going to Indianapolis for the Final Four. We'll see.
Let's make it happen.
And our 1st star of the day goes out to the birthday boy, Mr. Anthony.
Mr. Anthony.
All right. Those are 3 stars. Well done. If you missed anything today here in the Fast Lane, you can go back, download the podcast at 101 ESPN, the mobile app, and you can check that out. Compliments of our friends over at the Schaefer Door Company.
Oh.
What?
He was late.
We did the whole thing differently. I was off.
I mean, I slowed down everything, too. All right, we'll have more for you tomorrow here on the Fast Lane. Hopefully a Cardinals win and a Blues win to talk about. Have a great night. See ya.